Why has Triple H been so successful? Why is Triple H running WWE better than Vince McMahon and Bruce Pritchard on Monday and Friday night? Long-term booking.
What is going on, guys? Thank you so very much for joining us right here on Thursday night. It is February 8th, 2024. I am your host, JD from New York. As always, joined by my very good friend and co-host on Tuesday Night Titans, Mr. Andrew Baydala. Bro, I gotta tell you, man, right before we get into anything, man, I'm feeling a lot better after what we saw tonight in Las Vegas.
Well, I'll say this. First of all, how are you?
I'm good.
Feeling better. I heard you.
Yeah.
I'll say this. Did we get answers, or did we get the answers that the Cody fans, my son who's a Cody fan, did we get the answers for now that we wanted? Because I know they put up the graphic, but they also put up the Rock and Roman graphic. We really didn't get an answer.
No.
They finally put up a graphic, which is good. So I understand that people want to take a victory lap. The Cody fans want to take a victory lap today, and go for it. This is what professional wrestling and sports entertainment is all about. Go take the victory lap. Go do whatever you got to do tonight, because it could all change on Friday Night SmackDown. And that's what I'm worried about. Where are we headed?
I don't know, man. What really sold me on it was that last sequence. I did not think leaving here and then coming on here to talk about this, I did not think we would get Roman and Rock walking side by side when that was the proposed main event for WrestleMania 40. It's almost as if that is going to happen, but right now they are, I guess, defending the honor of their family together against the Rhodes family. I mean, listen, I know we dissected this thing up and down, left and right on Tuesday. I don't really think there's been anybody that's done it better than what we've done and what I've done on my own end, but I genuinely still think coming out of the Rumble, before the Rumble, with all the news, I genuinely think that this was legit. I didn't think this was a work. For somehow, some way, we all thought that they weren't going to be able to do it, man. I honestly feel like if they go along with what I think they are, they could possibly make this work. Now, the one thing that they did do tonight, two things that they did tonight, I did not like the fact that they kind of belittled Cody Rhodes in the way that they did, even more so after Friday. And they made Seth Rollins absolutely look like a fucking clown out there.
Well, that's my thing. Like that's the biggest thing that I wanted to talk about tonight was how, Seth was made to look like a bitch. And that's a shame, because Seth really carried a brand and made a championship relevant when realistically everyone knew that was the secondary championship. But Seth took that to a completely different level. And tonight it seemed as if Seth was a complete afterthought. And then Roman gets to pick his opponent at WrestleMania. When he said that, I looked at my son. I was like, that's not happening. He's like, what do you mean? I was like, that match is not happening. And he's like, why? And I was like, because Roman can't do that. And when Cody came out, they saved Cody a little bit, but Rock slapped Cody. That's what a lot of people, they got the graphic and everyone's like, yeah, we got what we wanted, which is, listen, I'm here for it. I'm here for it. But The Rock belittled everybody on Pat McAfee's show, the Cody fans and the crybabies and the whiners who didn't go outside for a couple days and all that other stuff. He slapped Cody. Roman and Rock are cool. They gave us a PowerPoint presentation on the Bloodline family tree, and Roman and Rock are cool. Nah, something stinks.
Yeah, something's going on here. Rock, we'll get into all that stuff. I got the quotes from the Pat McAfee show today. Rock was definitely channeling his inner Hollywood Rock today on Pat McAfee's show, basically coining the phrase Cody Crybabies. And he really went in on getting that fan base after what they did this weekend and the death threats to his daughter and all that stuff. I mean, he answered all those questions. We're going to get into it. I got more questions than fucking answers coming out of this thing, but I don't necessarily look at that as a bad thing after tonight, because I'm certainly more excited now than I was on Friday, where we all were legit pissed. And we were not. And I want to preface this Drew and I and everybody else were not pissed about Roman and Rock taking place. I think everybody wants to see the match. Everybody was fucking pissed about how they went about setting it up and making Cody look like a fucking idiot on Friday. Right. And he still looks like an idiot. Well, but we got the match graphic. Triple H tweeted it out. It's official.
Right. So again, here's the deal. I want everybody to take a deep breath and understand that it doesn't, if they put up the Rock and Roman graphic after tonight, I still was not sold. I wasn't sold that that match is going to happen. I'm not sold that Cody and Roman is going to happen just because they put up a graphic. Rock smacked Cody. I think all of this was a quick fix to what they saw, what they heard on Monday, and then bled into Thursday because, listen, this Rock and Roman match is happening. Rock is ring ready. He talked about that. So is Rock going to challenge Cody at the Elimination Chamber for the right to take on Roman Reigns? Because that would make sense now. But they made Cody look like a doofus at the Rumble. And they made Cody look like a doofus on SmackDown when he was like, here, I'm not ready. It's all yours.
So wait a minute. You think potentially, I'm not saying that, you said it's going to happen.
8,000 people, JD.
Bro, we got people like Eric Bischoff and Conrad live, man. We're double them now. I'm going to throw that
in the game. I'm sorry.
I'm going to throw that out there because I like to stroke my own ego sometimes, man. What are you saying, man? If they do Cody and Rock at the Chamber, why wouldn't they do Rock and Roman at the Chamber? I don't understand that. And what is Cody? What is Cody going to be putting his Royal Rumble opportunity on the line against the? He's owed that opportunity. He doesn't have to put that on the line. That's the one thing that's going to really stand out there. Is like, what are you doing, man? You already said you're not going to go after Roman at WrestleMania. Now you're going to put your Rumble opportunity on the line against Rock to go to WrestleMania?
Again, like you said, I got more questions than answers out of this press conference. They could fit, I've been saying it for weeks, or the past week and a half. They could fit Cody into this match, but I don't see how it makes sense. Now, there's a little bit of sense that makes it kind of work. What are we getting, realistically?
I don't know. You know what we're getting? One of two things. This is my prediction right now. We're going to get into the entire presser. I got all the notes here. What I genuinely think we're getting is one of two things. One, we're going to get a tag team match at some point. I don't think Rollins is ready. Some people are like, well, maybe we'll get Rollins and Cody versus Rock and Roman on night one or at the Chamber. No, Rollins is not going to be ready by the Chamber, number one.
JD, that's the whole point of this thing. They've bought Seth more time.
Yeah, I think that's exactly what they did. But one of two things here. It's either going to end up being Rock and him being included as a referee or something along those lines against in that match with Cody and Roman, or we're going to get the double main event where Roman's wrestling Rock on night one and then Roman's wrestling Cody on night two. I can't see any other way. I mean, the triple threat match could also work, but I don't want to see that. I don't, because that opens up a whole new slew of problems, and it needs to be Cody and Roman, and Cody needs to pin Roman, and Roman needs to lose that title to Cody. I don't want anything getting in the way, jeopardizing Roman not being pinned by Cody, Rock beating Roman before Cody does, Cody winning a fucking championship that's not the WWE title. There's too many problems that could occur there.
Right. And could you imagine, like, I see the people in the chat, Drew didn't see Triple H's tweet. I saw the damn tweet.
The graphic?
I saw the graphic. Yeah. They put up a graphic for Batista and Randy Orton too, guys. They change stuff. It happens all the time. I will tell you, if they do a tag match at WrestleMania, I'm out. That, like, Rock and Roman versus Cody and Seth. Because Triple H was I'm just saying, Triple H was very emphatic. He was talking a lot about that WrestleMania 1 main event tag match. All this. Nobody, I'm telling you right now, I shouldn't say nobody. People will want to see it, but that's not something I want to see. Your world champions need to have singles matches. The titles need to be on the line. That's just me. Okay?
Yeah, I don't know where we go. I have, again, so many questions coming out of this. Which direction they're going to go in a tag team match on night one of WrestleMania between these four men does not make sense. That is awful. Because then you're gonna actively leave out Drew McIntyre and someone like that who's probably aiming for a world championship as well. I don't like that. Yes. And plus the world championship that Rollins holds should be defended at WrestleMania after all the burial that they've done with that championship. I do not want to see that title take any more fucking punches. It's bad enough.
Again, I've said it since we heard about the Punk injury. I don't think Seth should wrestle at WrestleMania. There's so many other ways they could have done this where Seth doesn't have to defend the championship because he's not holding it anymore, or he could just, it's tough. Again, your triple threat match at WrestleMania, Cody, Rock, Roman, no thank you. If there is a match where Cody is not going to walk out of WrestleMania with the championship, are you guys going to be happy? If they do a triple threat and The Rock walks out of there with the son of a bitch, or Roman beats both of them, you're going to be happy? I'm telling you, be careful what you wish for. It's just, it's all up in the air. And I was, under the impression that Rock and Roman was going to happen at WrestleMania. It doesn't seem like they're pivoting from that either. Rock's working WrestleMania. Who's he working against, though? He's not working Seth.
No, he's not working Seth. That would be fucking ridiculous.
Rock is working WrestleMania for all you morons sitting here being like, Drew's yapping, or JD's talking out of his ass, or these guys don't know what they're talking about. Rock's working.
Mike Johnson of PW Insider, I talked about this today. I uploaded a video on this today. Behind his paywall said that The Rock is 100% working WrestleMania. Now, I don't know what that means. Working WrestleMania can mean multiple things. He could be a referee. He could be an enforcer. He could actually be in the ring wrestling. We don't know. So he told Triple H to fix it. That's the most intriguing thing out of this entire press conference tonight. Fix it. And then he told him something along the lines of, you're lucky that there's cameras here, or you're lucky that you're retired. I don't know exactly what he said.
Who said fix it?
Rock and Roman told Triple H to fix it.
Right. And that's what I'm telling you. So Triple H made the announcement, and y'all are Triple H is very, very smart. Okay. He knows how we think. He knows how wrestling writers think, former employees, all that other stuff. So he knows that he did the watermark thing a bunch of times. He did it with Punk in Chicago.
Yeah.
So he throws up a WrestleMania graphic and everybody takes this victory lap. I'm telling you, slow down. If it's official, awesome. If we get to March, we get through the Elimination Chamber and this match is still official, I think we're probably a go. But I'm telling you right now, Perth has wanted Dwayne for a long time at that chamber match, paint pad, that PLE. And I talked about this, weeks ago, months ago with you, that I think The Rock will be at that pay-per-view premium live event. I thought he might take on Roman. It doesn't seem that way right now. So guys, I understand everyone's happy about the graphic. Awesome. Even if they threw up a Rock and Roman graphic and Rock slapped Cody tonight and we didn't get anything where Cody was like, I'm 100% coming for you, Roman, I would still not be satisfied. And I would not be like taking these victory laps, because truthfully, we don't know. The press conference gave us no answers. None. All they did was throw up a graphic.
Yeah, I'm more confused than I was going in. I don't know. Again, the Rollins being interjected into this thing now has made everything a lot more confusing. I don't know when he's ready. I don't know if he will be ready. I don't know how he factors into this. I mean, he was standing out there. He was absolutely the fourth wheel out there. So I don't know why he's even included in this. I mean, Cody was going to wrestle Rollins by default. He didn't want to wrestle Rollins. And Rollins now is being talked about. Everybody seems to think that this tag team match is happening at the Elimination Chamber. I know it's been said Perth wanted Rock to wrestle. We pitched many times that Rock and Roman could absolutely take place at that show. Do we get the tag team match? How does that change plans on Monday Night Raw? What does that mean for Drew McIntyre? What does that mean for a Cody-Drew McIntyre potential match? We saw McIntyre attack Cody at the end of Monday Night Raw this week. I don't know. Who does Rollins defend the title against if it's not Cody at WrestleMania?
Right, and they could protect Seth at the Chamber by putting him in a tag match with that, which is fine, because Cody could do most of the work, could take most of the bumps, and Rock and Rock could get some of that ring rust off.
But what does the match mean, Drew? What does that match mean? Right. What is the reason for the match happening? Is there an end goal at the end of that match?
That's why we have 10,000 people sitting watching us live, which I'm super appreciative. And I know
if we hit 10,000, man, that would be an all-time record for me.
Well, we're at 9,300, so let's get to 10K. Christ. It's the best duo in the game. Listen, I do a shtick on here and I have an ego on here, but outside of here, Andrew Baydala is a very humble and thankful man, and I am. Truthfully, but I have to. This is a show. We have to do our jobs here. Nobody's breaking this down.
Fun fact. I was going to tell this guy I didn't want to do this thing tonight.
Let's not even. You want to pull back this mother trucker? Let's do this.
I'm gonna tell him, man. What do we need to go live for, man? We talked about everything on Tuesday, and we got fucking 9,300 people in here.
JD goes to me. I texted him. I was like, "Hey, we're going to the press conference."
Don't even give the excuse. I don't even want them to know. Don't even tell.
No,
them.
I'm not giving you the excuse. JD, I want to go to the press conference. No, I'm not going. Okay, why? Not going. Why? All right, whatever. We'll go. How about we go live? Save me the trip to Vegas. Can we go live? You really think we're going to get that many people? I guarantee we get a lot of people. 9,300. Anyways, listen, happy to be doing it. We break things down like nobody else. This is why this is the best duo in the game. I don't say that because it's me. I say it because it's the truth. If people were better, I'd take a back seat. There's nobody better. The only person doing this type of stuff better than us is Pat McAfee. That's it. Again, we don't know what Seth is doing. We don't know what Cody's doing. We don't even know what Roman and Rock are doing. So we got the graphic. We'll have to wait and see. I think that The Rock is going to work Australia. I do believe that. I've said that for a while now. I thought Roman and Rock could work. Everyone's like, that match needs to happen at WrestleMania. It sure as shit seems it now. I still believe that The Rock and Roman Reigns are on a collision course for WrestleMania. I think that The Rock and Roman right now can look like they're allies. I'm just going to break this down because nobody else does it like us. I think The Rock and Roman look at each other right now as allies because there's one common denominator, and it is that Cody Rhodes disrespected and Seth Rollins disrespected their family. But I would be shocked if we get a tag match in Perth or we get Cody versus Rock that we don't see something where there's a crack and those two, Roman and Rock, get on a collision course. The tag match would work. Gewurz is a very smart writer. And what you can have is those two get into a tag match. Rock, is trying to do what he does, and Roman turns on him, leaves him high and dry. There's just so many ways to go about this, but I don't think we're getting a triple threat, and you shouldn't want it at WrestleMania.
We're gonna get into it. I'm gonna save my opinion on where I think this is all going because I just got a super chat here. I'm gonna read this one because this one is very telling here. $4.99 from ME3. I noticed in the backstage segment, Roman was standing behind The Rock. We've never seen Roman stand behind anybody. They are already foreshadowing. Well, we'll see what happens. Yeah, listen, we're going to get into it. We're going to break down this press conference tonight from Las Vegas. But I want to thank you guys for joining us. We got 9,200 people in here, 2,000 likes, on our way to 2,000 likes. You guys are getting these super chats at a rapid pace. Get them on in. If you guys have got any questions, Drew and I will be happy to answer them at the end of the show. If you guys want to follow us, you know where to find us. X at JD from NY206. Andrew Baydala on X. Make sure you guys go check the videos out on the channel, and please hit that subscribe button down below. We will be busy all WrestleMania season long. Drew and I on Tuesdays, and then obviously myself on Off the Script.
I just got a text from somebody who would know what he's talking about, and I will leave it at that.
Yeah.
This was not the long game that The Rock expected, and I'll leave it at that. That's what he texted me.
So plans changed due to the reaction online.
Maybe.
I mean, I'm sticking to my guns, man. This was not a work from the beginning. Absolutely not. They changed plans, and they got to do what's best for business here. They can't ignore the fact that people have come out in numbers. They don't want Dwayne interjecting himself into the plans that have been in place, and I understand people being upset. And people's perspective that, well, the Bloodline storyline began first with Roman Reigns, and it ended with The Rock. It's going to end with The Rock. It started 4 years ago. Cody just got here. I understand that aspect of it. But Rock really hasn't been here. Rock has been a mythical figure here off of television while Roman was ascending the ranks on WWE TV. Cody was the one who lost last year. Cody was the one who was fucked over. Cody was the one who was going through Brock Lesnar and the Bloodline and Nakamura and Dominic and the Judgment Day to lead to this. So you can't change it.
And remember when I told everybody on TNT this past Tuesday, I said The Rock is going to position himself and his family high, and he's going to make sure that they all eat. He showed you a goddamn tree today.
That was pretty fucking awesome, though, I got to admit.
It was, but I'm just saying, like, they are telling you that this is the family now in WWE. Whether you like it or you don't, you will learn to love it because The Rock is going to put not only his cousins, he's going to put his great aunt, nieces, uncles, brothers, sisters, distant cousin at the top of this card. And that's what's happening. You're going to get Solo. You're going to get the Usos. You're going to get Roman. You're going to get Dwayne. You're going to get Nia. All of them. All of them. And I could tell you that I'm not going to get too deep into the graphics, but if you go look at that graphic, Cody Rhodes has the same freaking pose that The Rock does. Go look at it.
I'm going to look at it right now.
Cody, when does Cody do that pose? Never. Ever. Look at that pose. That is the Rock.
It looks like
pose.
a very Rock-esque pose, yeah.
Yeah, it's very, I mean, it's, listen, there's the devil is always in the details. When The Rock called Cody and his fans bitches and all this other stuff, I thought to myself, Cody's not getting anywhere near this WrestleMania main event, or they're going to make Rock basically this real life corporate asshole. And it seems like they're headed that way.
Good.
So we'll see. Yeah,
play into it. Nobody agreed with. Nobody really wanted it. Nobody liked it. I mean, Rock's got his fans who obviously want to see him over Cody for whatever reason. And you said it best. I mean, business is fucking business. We all get the business, but we want to see things play out logically. That's where we stood, but we understood the business aspect of it as well. But
right, if you're going to make us invest our time, our money, our effort, my children want to go to this stuff or whatever, you got to make it make sense. You have to.
Look at the excitement, Drew. Look at the excitement that Rock gave us, or the excitement that he elicited on the Pat McAfee show. Everyone's like, oh my God, he's going to break out the Hollywood Rock shtick. This is where Rock needs to go with this. He drew more excitement doing his fucking shtick on Pat McAfee than he did on Friday.
And that's the thing. The Rock captured so many people's attention, and it was trending everywhere, and the video was trending. I had people, while I was on a conference call, my phone was boom, 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 boom. Then I was like, I'm gonna eat my lunch. I had some sushi. Boom, 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 boom.
Yeah.
I had like 300 text messages. I'm like, what the hell happened?
Yeah.
And you go watch. That was the best Rock we've seen in decades.
Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to get into this thing. We're going to start with Triple H. He was the first one out. First of all, CM Punk, Michael Cole, Pat McAfee, and Big E were the correspondents for this press conference tonight. Punk, obviously, in a brace. He just got surgery legitimately. He said basically a day two last week, he just got surgery, and he joked around about him not being 100% clear for WrestleMania yet, but still said that he's heartbroken. He will be back better than ever. And Big E is there. He says that he's doing well, but if you guys notice Big E, one of the things I noticed is that he didn't turn his neck. He was always turning his body to look different directions. That man's not ready to be back in the ring at all. So Pat McAfee was there, and Michael Cole did his thing. We got Triple H live. He came out first. He talked about the history of WrestleMania, dating back to WrestleMania 1 with Hulk Hogan and Mr. T, Paul Orndorff, and Roddy Piper. And he said that WrestleMania airing on closed-circuit television all the way to pay-per-view, which led to WWE signing a $5 billion deal with Netflix. He also said it's a new time, a new era, and an all-new WWE, and he promised that you ain't seen nothing yet. I know a lot of people have been calling for Triple H's termination after the whole Vince thing, but this is the guy, and I'm going to say this again, this is the guy that we want running the show. And I know a lot of people are looking at Dwayne and throwing his power around, taking that seat on the TKO board. He's making decisions like he's the next Vince McMahon. I hope Triple H is standing, the company stays exactly where it is. I hope that those people know that the show is better and the show is best when Triple H is running the show. Basically. Bianca Belair came out. She mentioned that she will be at WrestleMania, and nothing as far as what she's doing yet. But, Drew, I was surprised by this because I thought we were going to get Monday Night Raw participants only to find out who wrestles Rhea Ripley at the Chamber. But Bianca, a SmackDown superstar, is going to be in the Women's Chamber to see who wrestles Rhea Ripley at WrestleMania. Are you surprised by that?
Yeah, I was. I had to add, I thought to myself, I was having a salad and I was like, wait a second, isn't Bianca on SmackDown?
Yeah.
I was like, how does this make sense now? It's supposed to be like the SmackDown side set. Why are we including SmackDown superstars? I mean, basically, I think what they're doing is getting star power over in Perth, which is fine. The Rhea stuff was blatantly obvious. It's Rhea and it's Becky.
Yeah.
Bianca can enter. Good for her to get the exposure, to get over to Perth. More women in that chamber with significant name power, the better. But man, that one was a head scratcher for me too. Yeah,
I don't know what's going on there. Bianca's not going to WrestleMania. It's a Wrestle for a Championship this year. Sorry to let those Bianca fans down. I don't know what she does know a lot of people are like, well, put her in the ring with Jade. Jade's not ready. I mentioned maybe put her in the ring with Tiffany Stratton. Tiffany Stratton did slap Bianca Belair. Who did she slap? She slapped somebody on Friday night. I think it was Mia Yim she slapped, and then she looked at Bianca Belair and said, I'm not afraid to step up to the EST. So maybe they built something there, but Bianca's not going to be in a championship match this year, and like Drew said, it's definitely going to be Becky and Rhea. It's literally the biggest women's match that you could possibly do right now, and I don't know why they wouldn't do that at this year's WrestleMania. Rhea Ripley then comes out, and she did have a face-off with Becky Lynch. She received a great ovation. Rhea's going to make a great babyface sooner rather than later. She described herself as the most dominant woman in all of WWE, and she was kind of thrown off a little bit with all the mommy chants that she received in Vegas. Ripley promoted her match against Nia Jax in Perth. That will be for the Women's World Championship. Becky Lynch walked out, and then Becky Lynch promoted a potential matchup between her and Rhea Ripley. They would not be doing that unless the plans are already in motion, which she dubbed Mommy versus the Man. After more mommy chants, Lynch said she made a legendary career out of knocking Golden Girls from their top spots, and Mommy is going to find out what it's like to be at the bottom. And then they had a face-off. So, like Drew said, that is your women's match at WrestleMania. No reason for it not to be.
There's no, I mean, Rhea and Becky is big money.
Yeah.
Big money. And Rhea, she hasn't lost that championship since WrestleMania, since she won it at 39. So, Becky reclaiming that could be the play there. And, Rhea could retain too. What a massive victory if she takes
I would not have Rhea Ripley
reign.
lose that championship.
Me either, but Becky's got a book coming out. WWE does like to do that. They like to put, focal points on their stars and give them, the championships so they could tour with it and sign books with it and all that other stuff. But I would agree with you. I think Rhea is untouchable at this point. I don't have her dropping the championship ever.
And she did call Io Sky Io Shirai tonight, which got a little chuckle out of me. No, Io Sky has not had a name change. She was just back in the black and gold days. Remembering the black and gold days was Rhea Ripley, so she did make that fumble, but I like it. Who gives a shit?
Yeah. Yep.
And then Seth Rollins comes out, and this is when the festivities got started here. Seth Rollins came out. He's wearing a bright colored green suit with whatever the fuck was on his feet, man. I don't know. It looked like shoes with bows on them. Roman Reigns made fun of his shoes when he came out there. He came out, and he said he wanted to know what the WrestleMania main event was going to be. Everybody wants to know what it's going to be. And he tried to introduce Cody Rhodes, and then Rollins was interrupted by Roman Reigns. So Roman Reigns comes out there. He's with Paul Heyman, and he asks Las Vegas to acknowledge him. This led to a confrontation between Reigns and Rollins. Obviously, after what we heard on Friday, Reigns buried Rollins and that world championship. So they had to give Rollins at least something here. And Seth Rollins said, well, look at that. He finally showed up to work once. Reigns clapped back and said Rollins showed up to work in his wife's shoes. The two talked over each other and then continued to call Mr. Rhodes Mr. Hesitation. I'm going to stop there. I don't get what it is, man. Is this being done by design to just bury and just take these low blows and low shots at Cody Rhodes to make him feel like a more sympathetic figure here? Why do that to a babyface that Big E, right in the beginning of the show, said he's making the wishes. He's basically what John Cena was in the previous generation and this generation. Yeah. Why are they burying him like the way that they are, man?
I don't look at it as burying him. I think that Cody is basically the next John Cena. Now, I know a lot of people will be like, what do you mean? He already is John Cena. He's not, okay? Like, we could just pump the brakes there. But Cody is going to be the face of WWE moving forward into the next, hopefully, 6 to 7 years, as long as his body could take it. Cody is going to be the Mr. Make-A-Wish. He's going to be working every show just like John did, every PLE, probably a bunch of house shows. That's why they paid the man what they paid him, and he's up for he's going to get a hefty raise, but he's not going anywhere. And yeah, he is going to be the face of WWE. So I don't necessarily look at this as like a burial. I think they're trying to put a ton of sympathy on him. And now he becomes, with what you saw tonight, Cody becomes the de facto, which he already was, but I mean, it's like light years now that Cody is the number one babyface, because now everybody watching, the crowd feels like Cody's been wronged now by not only Roman, but The Rock.
Yeah, absolutely. Mr. Hesitation, I kind of chuckled at that line there Meanwhile, Cody Rhodes won the Royal Rumble for a second year in a row, pointed at Roman at the end of the Rumble, mentioned him in the post-show scrum after the Royal Rumble, and then goes on SmackDown and says he wants Roman, but then not at WrestleMania. So, I mean, I didn't really like the Mr. Hesitation part. He already chose Roman fucking 2 weeks ago and then made a case that, yeah, I want Roman, I want to take everything away from him, but not at WrestleMania. So, you know, they basically forced him into that role. Don't like it, but he did call him Mr. Hesitation. Reigns said tonight he chooses who faces him in the main event, not the other way around, and he chooses The Rock. Now, why did he choose The Rock, Drew?
I think that he, doesn't want to choose, the storyline wise would be he didn't want to choose Cody because he believes that Cody has the best chance of actually beating him. He thinks he could just beat up a 52-year-old man very easily. 152 years old. So I think that Roman is basically trying to gain brownie points with The Rock, which led into what we're going to talk about next. Go ahead.
Then The Rock walks out. He's dressed in all black. He's got a wife beater on, and he's got black dress shoes on, and he comes out to accept the challenge. Rocky receives mostly, I would say, I don't want to say mostly boos. It was definitely a split crowd. The boos were big. They were loud. And the boos were definitely heard as soon as the music went off. And there were some Rocky chants. There were some Cody chants. There were, we want Cody, no we don't chants. We want Cody, Rocky sucks chants. It was a very, very split crowd when Rock got out there. So Rock,
and he felt that. He saw it. He felt it. You could tell that he was kind of like, well, you know what? You guys, I don't give a shit what you want. This is what we're giving you. And then all of a sudden it flipped.
Yeah, and that's the way he came. That's the way he came off on the Pat McAfee show, and we got a little taste of what The Rock was doing before he actually got out there for this press conference. He mocked the fans who were
very
upset.
Vince McMahon-esque when he was the evil boss.
Yeah, and we talked about that extensively on Tuesday night. Rock took Vince's board seat, presumably. It looks like that way from the surface level, and then I said it's like they fired Vince to hire Vince. It's like, it's whatever. But on the Pat McAfee show, Rock mocked the fans who were upset with this decision on Friday Night SmackDown. He said that those upset need to sit back down and enjoy the ride. He says this, at the end of the day, you have the Cody crybabies, you have the Cody fans, and you have Cody himself, and there's a clear distinction between the three. But The Rock says this, those Cody crybabies, the ones who tweet every 10 tweets, for every 10 tweets, they're shoving a chicken nugget in their mouth. For every 20 tweets, they're shoving 2 McNuggets in their up their ass. The Rock says, all you got to do is sit back and know your role. Shut your mouth and enjoy the ride. The Rock is going to take your candy asses on. So hashtag that. Hashtag shut your bitch asses up. Hashtag Cody crybabies. He said this to Pat McAfee live on the air. I mean,
yeah,
I'm not eating chicken nuggets, man, and neither are you.
No, I don't eat chicken nuggets. My kids had chicken nuggets for dinner tonight because Dad had to get on the air. But listen, here's the deal. I mean, The Rock basically showed you his hand right then and there, and we got more of it. Listen, that man knows exactly what he's doing. He knew what he was going to get when he came out, but he's basically telling you guys, whatever we're doing, we're doing. And I'm going to make it look like now I'm this evil, maniacal board member who's going to do what the hell he wants.
Yeah.
We got it.
I like it. We're seeing that same thing over in AEW with the Young Bucks. They're leaning into it. They're leaning into all that shit. Whether you like them or not, it's fucking working. And that's the best presentation they had, I believe, in their entire 5 years. Why not Rocky lean into it? I would rather see him do that than come out and be fucking, good old Rock out there throwing out fucking one-liners like he's been doing for the last 30 years.
The best form of entertainment is when you can connect with it. The best form of professional wrestling is when they blend the fixed aspect of it with realism. And they're doing that with The Rock, Dwayne Johnson. You can't hide the fact that he's on the board. WWE made an announcement. Triple H talked about it at the beginning of this press conference. There's no hiding this information. And he basically said it without saying it on the show, the Smarks, right?
Yeah.
So he's basically saying, you all know that I'm on the board. So yeah, I got all the power. What of it? Come get some. Good
Michael Proctor in the chat says, sounds like you, JD. No, it doesn't sound like me because I've always built my reputation up on good creative. What we saw on Friday wasn't good creative. And if you thought it was, you're the fucking people who should get the fuck out of here, honestly.
What does that mean? I don't understand.
Nobody can defend. Nobody should defend that fucking inexcusable garbage we got on Friday. How could you?
Listen, people call me the WWE shill.
Yeah.
They call me the corporate, person that's on WWE or that's on JD's show. Now we have our own show, TNT. The stuff on Friday was the drizzling shits.
Yes.
It was terrible. Absolutely terrible. There was no meaning behind it. It was stupid. Cody looked like a wimp. And now we're back. And Cody comes out and curses all this stuff. Brian Gewirtz knows how to write. That's all I'll say. Because he took Cody from being a little bitch when he handed his spot to Rock to being like somebody who's now fed up with this bullshit. So hats off to Brian.
Well, who wrote Friday's segment? It wasn't him, was it? Gewirtz?
I would say Gewirtz has a lot to do with whatever, or all to do whatever Rock's doing. But my guess for Friday's segment, you know what? I won't guess. I'll tell you.
I'd love to know. I know Michael Hayes is always a part of Roman segments.
Michael Hayes and Brian Gewirtz.
That's ridiculous, dude. Yeah, they fucked up there. They fucked up.
I think that everyone thought that, well, it's Rock, it's going to work. And then all of a sudden it didn't, because you insulted the fans' intelligence with the Royal Rumble victory. None of this shit happens if Rock wins the Rumble.
Yes.
None of
Yes. But Rock didn't want to be in the Rumble. Cody was going to win the Rumble, and Triple H was like, all right, you guys want to make plans behind my back? We're going to have my guy win the fucking Rumble and just go ahead with the plans that I had, because those are the plans that we had all along before Rock came back.
You know what I don't really want to see, JD? Truthfully,
what?
I'm going to throw this out in the universe, and I hope it doesn't come to fruition. I hope we don't see Roman Reigns and The Rock taking on Seth Rollins and Cody Rhodes in the night one main event of WrestleMania, and then night two is Roman and Cody. I don't want to see that.
Well, you need an explanation as to why that match is taking place, and if there are stakes on the line. Like,
right.
Does Cody have to win and beat the Bloodline to go get his title match? Why is he in that position when he won the Royal Rumble?
To mention for all the Cody, like the diehard Cody fans, which I get you guys. It's awesome that your passion is here. At the end of the day, this is what it's all about. We're all talking about it. But I don't want Cody Rhodes' championship victory to be cheapened. So if Cody beats the Bloodline on Saturday, night one main event WrestleMania, okay, and the cracks start there with Rock and Roman, Rock turns on Roman, hits a rock bottom, calls him a bitch, walks out, whatever. And then Rock interferes or helps Cody win on Sunday, you are all going to be happy. Why? Because Cody just finished his story. But the focus would be on he had to win with the Rock's help. No thanks. No thanks.
Yeah, it's not going to look good any way you cut it. I mean,
no.
Cody's going to look like an afterthought, and the title win's going to look like an afterthought. Everybody will be celebrating, but then the focus goes immediately to Rock and Roman Reigns, and when that match is going to be taking place. And like you and I have said many times, Cody needs to win clean. It needs to be, that's it. Clean, and then Roman and Rock can go tell their story. And
like everyone likes to call me Mr. Clean, Cody needs to win clean. You want to talk about McNuggets? No, we need to have Cody win clean. I don't need The Rock having the he's already the main thing, right? So don't turn him face in 2 months here and then all of a sudden have him help Cody because the Bloodline interferes or whatever else. I want none of that. I want Roman and Cody in the middle of the ring, whether it's Madison Square Garden or whether it's Lincoln Financial Field, and Cody needs to win clean. That's it.
I'm telling you right now, before we even get into the rest of what happened here in this main segment here of the press conference, I do not want, unless Rock comes out and makes a fucking executive decision as board member of TKO because he can throw his power around and it makes Cody look good, which at that point I don't even want that to happen either, because Cody won the Rumble. I don't want them to be put in a situation where they give you this tag team match or a match where Cody has to fight so-and-so to go get Roman and get his main event spot.
Oh, I think that's coming,
the fucking
JD.
Rumble. Why is it coming? Because then we're going to be making correlations to Bryan Danielson. Bryan Danielson wasn't in the Rumble. They left him out strategically because they didn't want him to win. They gave it to Batista, and then they gave him a fucking uphill battle where he had to beat Triple H and then beat the rest of Evolution. That was a story. This is not a story.
Yeah, I'm telling you right now, though. I'm just going to throw this out there too. Cody passed on SmackDown, which was stupid. And then even Roman Reigns and Paul Heyman acknowledged the fact that Cody flip-flopped and passed on his opportunity. If they were just going to pretend like that segment never happened, they don't bring it back up. The devil is always in the details. So they brought that back up, and then Cody says, no, I choose you. And Roman and Rock said, you can't do that. You already picked. No, I already chose Rock. You said you didn't want me at WrestleMania. I'm telling you, the devil's in the details. So I think either on Friday or Monday, we're going to get something where it's like, Cody, Paul Heyman has a point. You did tell Roman not at WrestleMania, and now you're going back. So we need to have you put your championship title on, or your championship opportunity on the line. Shawn Michaels did it against The Rock at the Elimination Chamber in Perth, Australia, because that pay-per-view has no main event. And don't you even start with Rhea Ripley main eventing that pay-per-view. I love her to death, but no way. No way.
No, Nia Jax is not main eventing the Elimination Chamber. I'm sorry.
No way.
So you mean you think that them making what they said on Friday makes sense? Because Cody basically said, all right, here you go, Rock. I'm not taking everything from Roman yet. I will, but not at WrestleMania. You think they're going to weave that one line into him basically giving it up, and he's got to fight his way back to earning that opportunity that he gave up on Friday?
So Gewurz is very in tune. I've read his book. I've met the man a couple times. He does have his finger on the pulse of things, and he does like to make things make sense. Whereas a lot of wrestling writers at times are just like, screw it. This is what we're doing. Screw them. They don't like it. I don't care. This is the way we're going. We know better than they do. Gewurz will take bits and pieces of what people are saying and be like, you want to know what? That does make a lot of sense. And Cody just passing and saying, hey, I don't want this. You take it. A lot of had people in uproar. Myself, you. It's like, wait a second. What? This is supposed to be our hero? This is supposed to be your hero just passing on the biggest opportunity he can because he's not ready yet? And now you get the press conference today, and Roman and Paul Heyman mention this, and Roman says, no, you passed. I'm taking The Rock. And then The Rock's going to, hey, Roman, why was it so easy for you to choose me? You think you're better than me? You think it's an easy ride for you at WrestleMania? I'm telling you, there's so many things that they could do here, and I love the graphic. I love that Cody's supposedly getting his opportunity, but I wouldn't be surprised if Cody and Rock have a match in Perth. If they don't, whatever. But I mean, they left that open-ended too. That's why they brought it back up.
Let's go into that. I mean, if it is, it's one of two things. It's either Cody versus Rock in Perth, or it's the tag team match here. We're getting Rollins and Cody versus Roman and Rock, and that'll be for, I guess, if Cody wins and Seth wins, then Cody gets his opportunity at WrestleMania. But in both situations, do you see Rock taking a fucking pinfall loss before WrestleMania?
No, not a chance.
So what are we doing?
But that's what I'm trying to say. Again, we talked about this. Me and you had talked on the phone after WrestleMania 39, and you were like, what the hell? It was a couple days afterwards, and I was like, they need to build Cody back up, man. They're going to build him back up. And I thought this was the time and place. But again, I think what they're going to do, again, this is a prediction. This is not me saying I guarantee, like I guaranteed Mercedes, I guaranteed Copeland. Both of them came to fruition in AEW. I have no idea, truthfully, where they're headed with this. Not a lot of people do. But I could tell you that the devil's in the details, and they don't bring this stuff back up for no reason. They don't make Cody look like somebody who's indecisive for no reason. That's your Royal Rumble winner. So, and now we got Rock and Roman aligned. Something stinks. Something stinks. And I'm telling you, if Cody and Rock have a singles match in Perth, Cody's not going over. You can forget about that.
No, I can't. I can't even envision that. I mean, on Friday, I think the one thing we need tomorrow, because Cody is advertised there, is he needs to explain why he said what he said on Friday and then why he changed his mind. Who made him change his mind? Who did he speak to now all of a sudden? Because he went to Rock's counsel and he talked to The Rock and he was okay on Friday. Who did he talk to after Friday? What was he thinking after Friday? He needs to talk about that. Or, like you said, Drew, we get Rock and Cody in Perth, but I don't know why we don't do Roman and Rock in Perth. and get that out of the way and build to a second match, because if Rock is a long gamer, I can only imagine that we're going to get another match or a series of matches with Rock wrestling. So why not start there and give Cody his moment at WrestleMania? Or we get Cody and Rock in the main event of Perth, and it goes to a no contest, and then we end up with a triple threat match.
You could. I don't like the triple threat idea. I think it cheapens things. I don't like a lot of different things that have been thrown around. I think the WWE has tried to make chicken salad out of chicken, you know what, after they decided that Cody wasn't ready and all this other stuff. To me, again, they don't mention these things without having a reason to it. And also, you know, Rock smacked Cody because he disrespected his family.
Yeah.
Not because he's buddies with Roman at all. And that's another thing. There's a lot of different intricacies into this storyline. Roman just picks The Rock. Hey, why'd you pick me? You think I'm low-hanging fruit? You think I'm easy? Is that what this is?
Yeah.
Because I will whoop your ass. Don't think I'm friends with you. I don't know. I'm still coming for you. But I don't let anybody disrespect my family. That's another thing that they could play into.
Yeah.
Just saying, you know?
Well, Rock walked out. He was dressed in all black. He accepted the challenge. Like I said, a lot of mixed reaction for Rocky when he was out there. Rock finally did his finally line, and he asked whether fans thought he was going to beat the tribal chief, and they chanted, "We want Cody." So he looked around, and he was kind of assessing the room. Rock's fans thought this would be the biggest main event in WWE history, and he got booed. So Rock, at this point, frustrated, and you saw it all over his face. He introduced the press and the millions watching at home to the Cody crybabies. Rock showed the crowd and everybody in attendance the family bloodline tree, and this received boos as well, which then led to what chants by Las Vegas for The Rock. Rock seemed to go full heel by this point, feeding into the what chants, telling the crowd, if you don't think Rock versus Roman isn't the biggest main event in WrestleMania history, it doesn't matter what you think. So clearly Rock is playing into this heel persona now, because he's clearly feeding into all the negativity and not giving a single shit about what anybody thinks. He's going to do what he wants. Rock said whether fans like it or not, or don't like it, if they hate it, they're in the biggest main event in WrestleMania history, bound by blood. He then hugged Roman Reigns. Cody Rhodes walks out, no music, no woes. He says, whoa, wait a minute. This right here is bullshit, he says. Rhodes said it's not Reigns' choice to choose who he wrestles at WrestleMania. It's my choice. It's my choice. At WrestleMania 40, in the main event, he chooses Roman Reigns. So right there, he chose Roman Reigns.
After he passed on Friday.
Why did he choose it? We didn't get an explanation tonight. I'm hoping we get something on Friday on SmackDown.
And did you hear Triple H at the end of it?
At the end of what? This part?
You guys went into... Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry. You're going to get to it. Go ahead.
Yeah, fans obviously were excited about this because everybody wanted Cody in the main event. Rollins is standing there, basically the fourth fucking wheel. He's not even factored into this thing anymore. So Reigns told Rhodes, listen, go wrestle that guy in the green jacket over there, the dummy in green, the loser's bracket title. Reigns called Rhodes and his dad irrelevant. So we called Dusty irrelevant, and Rhodes responded by telling Reigns he doesn't have family, he has goons. He mentioned Jey Uso, he mentioned Jimmy, Solo, and neither of them have been doing any of the cooking for 2 years. Rhodes said if Reigns' grandfather or the High Chief Peter Maivia were here, they would be ashamed of Roman Reigns' behavior. So then Rock, who's very much playing into the heel shtick here, said that when Cody's talking about Reigns' family, he's talking about the Rock's family. When you're talking about my ancestors, you're talking about his ancestors. When you're talking about his blood, you're talking about my blood. And then he slapped the shit right off Cody's face. We got a scuffle happening on stage. We got Adam Pearce out there. We got Nick Aldis out there. We got Triple H out there. Seth Rollins is breaking this thing up. Everything was just fucking pandemonium. Rollins and Rock were throwing profanities back and forth. And Seth stormed off. He mentioned something about, you think you're on the board, you could do whatever you want. It don't work that way. So he stormed off. And with all this happening at the end of the show, Drew, we got them walking side by side, Roman and Rock, walking by Triple H, and they look at Triple H, and he tells Triple H, you better fix this, or I will. And then something along the lines of, you're lucky the cameras are here, or you're lucky you're retired. And Triple H mouthed it off, said, yeah, you're lucky too. And that was the end of the actual WrestleMania 40 conference here. I mean, that's the part that really got me. I'm like, all right, I'm excited. Now they got Triple H involved here, man. Now they're getting the wheels going on what is going to kind of flesh out into the WrestleMania main event.
And they're basically playing The Rock versus Triple H, board member versus, the COO, the guy who kind of like, pushes the buttons in terms of scripts, whatnot, whatever, the writing team. But he said, have him talk shit about my family again. I'm going to smack the taste out of his mouth.
Mm-hmm.
And Rock went off without Roman. Roman stood back to talk to Triple H, which is another interesting point. Like, you guys and girls, I love the fact that we're all celebrating the graphic. I get it. I'm happy for it. But I think there's more to this story. I have this story. There's more to this goddamn story. There just is. SmackDown. They're making you watch SmackDown. You want to know why wrestling was so good back in the day? WCW, WWE, because they wrote to make you watch either the night after the pay-per-view or next week. And finally, we are watching weekly episodic television that we want to and need to tune into weekly from WWE. That's all I could ever ask for. That's all I could ever ask for. Because at the end of the day, my children, my wife are happy, but the checks come in, the bills are paid. That's what really matters. This form of entertainment being top notch is a cherry on the top. That's it.
I genuinely, like I said before in the beginning, I'm more confused about everything now than I was coming out of Friday's debacle creative. I don't know where we're going here. Clearly, I think we're all in the same boat that Rock is wrestling at WrestleMania, correct? He's wrestling at WrestleMania?
Yes.
So if he's wrestling at WrestleMania, it's one of two things. It's a triple threat, or it's a Bryan Danielson, Daniel Bryan situation all over again where we get Rock and Roman and then Roman and Cody. And then I don't know how they're going to weave that into WrestleMania or a triple threat match. I don't know how we're going to weave that into WrestleMania. But the one thing that really stood out to me, like I said in the beginning, with Roman and Rock standing side by side, walking side by side, they're obviously putting family over everything right now. That's a huge deviation away from him coming out a couple of weeks ago on Monday Night Raw when he's in the ring with Jinder Mahal saying, what if I sit at the head of the table? We all thought then it was going to be Roman versus Rock for the head of the table, who the real tribal chief is. And now they're walking out together here side by side when we just got a graphic of them, Rock coming out promoting the WrestleMania main event, the biggest WrestleMania main event of all time between these two. Drew, I'm going to ask you this because this is where my line of thinking is. Are we setting up for a bonding of the bloodline here between Roman and Rock, and this is going to be used as the vehicle to get Rock starting this thing off as a heel with Roman, and the eventual end goal is to put Roman over as a babyface because he's been a heel for the last 4 years, 5 years. Is this the narrative now that we're going to be telling with Roman turning the tides, being a heel for the last 5 years to become the biggest babyface in WWE like everybody all those years ago had wanted him to be?
They could. I mean, if The Rock's long game, which I thought The Rock saying long game was going to be that he's going to wrestle more than one match, and it seems like that's where we're headed. But if, again, if we're headed to where The Rock and Roman have a tag match at WrestleMania against Cody and Rollins doesn't have to put his championship on the line, but then what does Drew McIntyre do? I mean, there's a lot of different shit here. But at the end of the day, if Rock costs Roman the championship at WrestleMania and that's what we get, Roman's the face and Rock's kind of like the new head of the table and he's the heel, Cody gets his championship win. Again, none of the focus is on Cody. So it's basically like, all right, let's give these idiots what they want now because they can't be patient and we don't want them turning on things. And let's make the focal point the bloodline, which it was going to be anyway. So let's give them what they want and then let's move on from this Cody shit. And then we'll just continue to do our trajectory of having the bloodline be the main focal point instead of letting them do what they wanted to do at WrestleMania this year. Get the match out of the way and then have Cody win the championship at the Garden or somewhere else. I feel like we're, the fans, the Cody, fans, or what did Rock call them?
Cody Crybabies.
Cody Crybabies are going to get this maybe, and it's not going to be what they wanted because it's going to be cheapened. You really want to cheapen victory? Like, do you guys sleep better at night and girls sleep better at night knowing that Cody won that world championship at WrestleMania, but The Rock helped him do it? You're okay with that? I'm not.
I'm sticking to my guns here, man. I don't give a shit what the fucking decision is that they make. I do not think that Roman and Rock should should take place or needs to take place at WrestleMania this year. I'm sticking to that. I don't see how you're going to do that and then make the focus primarily on Cody and have that be his weekend. If Rock and Roman wrestle on night 1 and then Cody wins the title on night 2, it's going to be like, all right, now we got Rock and Roman, wrestling in the biggest WrestleMania main event of all time. Are people going to really put that underneath Cody winning the championship and ending the reign? I don't think so. Like the whole thing here should be Cody and Roman with nobody else as the spotlight. I honestly feel like with The Rock saying long game here, we get Cody to end the fucking title reign and we build the long game to this match at WrestleMania 41. And in this time frame, all year, we got a real bloodline civil war, not with fucking Jimmy and Jay versus Roman. A real bloodline civil war where we have 2 fucking bloodlines. Bloodline that Brock has and a bloodline that Roman has. And I think you mentioned it to me earlier today. Roman gets a whole new fucking bloodline. What that means, who that is, I would love to see something like that take place all year. And then from that, build towards Roman and Rock at WrestleMania 41 with no title on the line. Main event, who's the real tribal chief?
Yeah, and the interesting thing was that they didn't announce the 41 location. I mean, the time and the place would have been Vegas right then and there. They didn't, which I think is interesting. Maybe they have a press release tomorrow, or maybe they wait till after Chamber. Who knows? Maybe it's coming to Minneapolis. That'd be great. I'd be happy. I don't see it being here. I think we'll get it next year, or 42. But regardless, I'm with you. I think it would be, if Cody wins the championship at WrestleMania with no outside interference, nothing, it just beats Roman clean because Roman had a match the night before on Saturday, and The Rock bottomed him after the match, beat the shit out of him, whatever. Cody wins because Roman was softened up for Sunday, and it's clean, fine. I'm invested. I'm invested in The Rock and Roman. The Rock, getting Jimmy and Jay maybe back together with him, and Solo maybe stays with Roman. Or maybe Solo splits and kind of does his own thing, and Roman gets a new bloodline like I talked to you about privately with Jacob Fatu and others. I'm all for it. I'm all for it happening at SummerSlam. Give me a 6-man tag at SummerSlam with The Rock's bloodline versus Roman's bloodline, the real Civil War, like you just said. I'm all for it. But again, we need more answers, and that's why for you content creators out there who pretend like you don't watch WWE and anything else like that, I understand this is the hottest time to do it, but I said this on my X. I'm not pro AEW. I'm not pro WWE. I'm pro wrestling. And if this is what they want to do, awesome. But consume the content that is good. Stop pretending like you don't watch this or that. Watch it, because you look like a goofball if you say you don't, because this is the hottest shit going today. It is. There's so many questions, JD.
I'm not doing Rock Roman at WrestleMania this year. I'm not. I think I think that makes everything that much worse. And I honestly think it waters down the rest of the story that you want to tell. If anything, let's start with the Elimination Chamber. What are we getting at the Chamber? Are we getting Rock and Cody in the Chamber, or are we going this tag team match? Where do you think they swing here? Because Rollins is certainly involved now after what we got here.
Yeah,
I think if we do Rock and Cody, bro, Rock and Cody, it's happening in the main event of night 1. And then Cody beats Rock, and then Cody beats Roman.
Man, that would be something for Cody. But
Rock is gonna listen. I know how you feel about Rock taking a loss. Rock is gonna have to fucking lose a match. He's gonna have to lose a match.
But again, what you're not like grasping is The Rock told the fans, this is what we're doing, whether you like it or not. And I don't give a shit. It's basically took the best for business line, all this other stuff. It seems as if The Rock is going to try and push his corporate card, his board seat card, into that WrestleMania match. Again, very heelish type of tendencies from The Rock all day today. So I'm not quite sure if you do Cody and Roman and Cody and Rock on night 1 and night 2. I don't think you do that. I think Cody could, have a match with The Rock in Perth. Again, Can you imagine Cody beating The Rock and then beating Roman, bro, and just beating the whole fucking bloodline? And I mean, that would legitimately be I love Bryan Danielson winning that fucking title at 30, man. That would be maybe one of the greatest WrestleMania moments in the history of this fucking sport.
if they did that. I mean, what else? I don't see how Rock and Roman factor into WrestleMania this year and make it make sense. Yeah, they would just be doing the match just for the sake of doing the match. And if I don't know Dwayne, but if I could fucking make a guesstimation on what he wants it to be memorable. Why would you waste that so quick just to get it out there? I don't understand it. He's gonna have his moment here. They're gonna have the whole year to tell this story. Why get rid of it now? The one match that we all want is the end goal. You want to get rid of it now? I don't know.
Again, I just, the way that they, if I had hair, I'd be pulling it out. The way that they portrayed Cody after he won the Rumble, I mean, I was happy. My son was happy. We were like, okay, cool. They're going to actually have Cody finish the story. And then all of a sudden it's like, Rock shows up. I just think we're at this point, we're going to get a tag match. I don't know where. I think it's a tag match. I just don't know where.
It's got to be the Chamber. I cannot see that match taking place at WrestleMania, because then you're going to factor out, Sami Zayn potentially, Drew McIntyre potentially. That world title needs to be defended at WrestleMania after the Punk news and his injury. It was supposed to be Punk and Rollins. Now you're not going to have any title match?
Right, and that's the thing. So Seth's not going to wrestle at Chamber, obviously. The Chamber match for the men is what?
They don't have one.
Right. We have one for the women. We have Rhea Ripley. So if you're going to have a Chamber match for the men, it's got to be for either the Intercontinental or the U.S. Championship, which, fine, whatever. If you have Cody and Rock headline Perth, Australia, cool. That would make sense. But if you don't, and you go Cody and Seth taking on Roman and Rock in the main event of Perth, Australia, we still need to figure out who is taking on Seth Rollins at WrestleMania.
First of all, who's losing that fucking match?
Right. That's the other thing. Are we fully getting this Rock and Roman allegiance? Is that what's happening? Or is it only going to be for the next couple of weeks because they need to make sense of what they didn't make sense originally with Cody? Because that seems like a wash to me.
I think it's going to be for the next couple of weeks, and I genuinely feel like right now what we're looking at is Cody and Rock and Cody Roman, and I think they use that as the vehicle to say, "Hey, you disrespected, you let our family down." No, you let our family down, and all that nonsense. I think that's where you get the dissension between Rock and Roman after they both lose at WrestleMania. No, you're to blame. No, you're to blame type of deal.
Well, and the other thing too is that, which was very smart, and I don't know if this was the original plan, but Cody said to Rock, I seeked counsel. They could easily, and that was The Rock. They could easily go back and say, hey, man, Cody could be like, I trusted you and all you cared about was yourself. And The Rock would be like, yeah, so what?
Yeah.
I was going to finish what you couldn't. Oh, yeah? Then we can have the little, all right, I'm putting my WrestleMania opportunity on the line to show that I could beat you. And if Cody beats The Rock at the Chamber, that's it. He will win the championship at WrestleMania. Yeah. No doubt about it. But if The Rock wins at Chamber, all you graphic nerds will be sitting here being like, "Oh, the graphic was up."
Well, then what does Cody do at WrestleMania?
That's another thing. But Drew beat Cody down on Raw. There's so many, and that's what's, again, I just love that we have shit to talk about and stuff's not predictable, because when the business is predictable, the business sucks. We're all talking about it. It's great stuff to analyze. It's great stuff to talk about. I don't pretend to be in the know of things. I don't. WWE, this storyline, nobody knows what the hell's going on because it's
if Cody loses to Rock at the Chamber, if we get that match at the Chamber, how is he? What is he doing at Mania? Is he going to factor into the world title now by de facto because he's got nothing else to do? How does he get in there? And what do you do? You do Cody and Seth. You go Cody, Drew. You go Cody, Drew, and Seth. I don't. What the fuck does he do?
Again, it's beautiful that we have so many different topics and so many different projections we could book it. In a perfect world, you just keep what you did right now with Cody and Roman, because you've told the fans that's what it is. But I just don't see that being likely, because there's too much meat left on the bone right now for them to just be like, yep, that's the match. Okay, Rock's going to be on SmackDown tomorrow. That's official. That's happening. Yeah. Whether they've announced it or not, Rock's going to be there. Okay, so is Cody. So we'll get a continuation. And I believe Triple H, now because of the people that are out of WrestleMania, he's going to be inserted into this authority role and going to have a regular spot on TV, because Adam Pearce and Nick Aldis were there as well. SmackDown and Raw representatives right behind Triple H. And Triple H and Nick Aldis and Adam Pearce were talking to Triple H at the end of the press conference when they were backstage. A lot of little things that you all find the fucking Easter eggs on AEW, but you can't find them here with WWE.
And listen, I'm going to
open these.
I'm going to tell you guys again, this is not a work, okay? This is not a work. This is WWE. This is Dwayne shooting his shot. It didn't go the way he thought. It didn't. And that's okay. That's okay. Now they're working to salvage and make sense of what they did on Friday, which was one of the worst creative decisions that they made. It's not a work. Now they're playing into their mistake now. That's not a work. It's not.
Right. And it's stupid. Like I think we have to eliminate the tag match at Chamber because it's stupid it's stupid to even risk Rollins holding that championship in even in a protected match at the Chamber. Rollins needs to get to WrestleMania. However we get there, he needs to get there on one bum leg or not. He needs to get there.
I don't do Rollins wrestling at the Chamber at all. I do Cody and Drew McIntyre at the Chamber. That's it. Right. Listen, just stack the deck against him. What did we ask for last year? Adversity. We got fucking 4 months of Brock Lesnar with no explanation. We get Cody versus Dominic. We get Cody versus Nakamura. That's not adversity to me. This is adversity. Go through McIntyre, go through Rock, go through Roman, finish your story, and end it. And then that's it.
Yeah.
That's it. I'm going with Cody and Rock night 1 and Cody Roman night 2. I think it was the other way around. I've been saying, let's do Roman wrestling both nights. No, Cody's got to wrestle both nights after what we saw tonight because we saw basically Rock and Roman hand in hand walking out of that fucking place. That's the way I think it's going to end up.
And again, JD, like I've said it a bunch of shows before this. I don't even have Seth wrestle at WrestleMania now that Punk was hurt. Like he's an afterthought. The championship is an afterthought. They made that very clear the past couple of weeks. That's the one thing WWE has done besides making the Cody story convoluted. Okay. They have made that World Heavyweight Championship and Seth Rollins look like a bitch.
They have.
And that's a shame.
It's a waste. I don't know.
Seth is the casualty here.
I don't know what I don't know what they do with that championship. McIntyre. I've said McIntyre versus Rollins. A lot of people are like, yeah, it's a great match, and then some people are like, oh, that's not a WrestleMania match. Yes, it is. I could talk about these two brands because they're no longer in existence. I loved me some KB Toys, but there was a vast difference between KB Toys and Toys R Us. Yes.
All right. Rollins
KB Toys was the place I'd go to when Toys R Us didn't have what I wanted.
Bang. Point made right then and there. KB Toys is the World Heavyweight Championship, and the Universal Heavyweight Championship is Toys R Us. So which championship you want to be facing? And WWE basically told you, go fight for the KB title. We'll stick over here with the Toys R Us title. Toys R Us gets the national exposure. KB gets regional. And like JD said, damn it, my 1994 Hasbro, 93 Hasbro wasn't in stock at Toys R Us. Let me go check KB.
Yeah, man. My dad always used to take us to Toys R Us. We go to Toys R Us first. If they didn't have it, yeah, video game. If Toys R Us didn't have it, KB Toys are going to have it. Let's go over there.
Yeah.
But always, what, you want to go to Toys R Us? Sure. They don't have it. Let's go to KB Toys.
FYE and Suncoast Records. I can give you.
Always go to FYE. FYE Tower Records. The same thing. I was Tower Records. I go to buy everything back in the day. If they don't have it, I go to FYE right down the block.
Yeah, I mean, you could go to Best Buy or you could go to Radio Shack or PC Richards. You know what I'm saying? What championship you want to hold? You want to hold Best Buy
or Circuit City, where I used to go.
Yeah, right. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like, I grew up on Long Island. I grew up in Rockville Center, Malvern, Lynbrook, Valley Stream, Green. I got a perfect thing for all you New Yorkers, you Long Islandites. You ready? Where you want to go? The Green Acres Mall or Roosevelt Field? You know the difference.
Yeah.
You know the difference. All right.
There's a PC Richards right up the fucking on Northern Boulevard, man. Who the fuck goes to PC Richards anymore? Honestly.
Right.
What about the Wiz?
Yep, the Wiz. I remember that too. The people are gonna fly out of here because they're like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah, I mean, you fucking guys, man. You're fucking half our age, man. What the fuck are these guys talking about?
It's just, to me, there's so much to talk about. There's so much meat on the bone, and that's awesome. I think things get a little clearer on Friday, but again, I wouldn't be surprised if this leads into Monday because WWE is going to try and continue to tout high ratings, high attendance numbers, high ticket sales. That's just what they need to do.
Is this press conference gimmick, something that you see under the new administration, under the TKO umbrella, something that they do for a WrestleMania from this point on? After what we saw tonight?
You know, I put a tweet out in January 27th. I said that WWE was going to be, with Vince McMahon gone, WWE was going to take a more sports-centric type of base. They were going to be more sports-oriented and less entertainment. Tonight was so sports. That was so UFC without being UFC, truthfully. Yeah. That was UFC, because UFC sells you on the fight. They sell you on the pay-per-view. And me and you had this discussion a long time ago. You were buying pay-per-views off one mega match. You're going to see this now with WWE. They're going to focus on one match and make you invest heavily into it. And they're going to blend realism with it. Be happy WWE has invested and has decided to go this route, because the entertainment shit had run its course. All of them sitting on a stage and one by one answering questions. That's like when they drop a movie and it's a press conference for that. No, this was sports-based. This was UFC light, and I loved it.
Yeah, I thought this was great tonight. I thought obviously the main attraction stuff was the stuff that we all waited for. And
in and out in an hour, like we said, too.
Yeah, that was great. It was great. It was nice and digestible. And again, I feel a little bit more comfortable after knowing that it looks like they're on the road to recovery here. It looks like they're on the road to fix what they did on Friday. I feel a little bit more comfortable after watching what I saw tonight, especially with Triple H involved and Roman Rock walking out side by side with Rock telling Triple H, fix it or we will. I mean, I'm excited for SmackDown. I can't really sit here and bullshit you guys. I'm excited for SmackDown to hopefully get some explanations from Cody. If Rock is going to be on there, like Drew said, I didn't know he was going to show up on Friday, but apparently he is.
He's going to be there. Come on.
So I mean, if
he doesn't show up, I could be dead wrong, but I would assume, and you know what you do when you assume, but I have a funny feeling that Rock's going to be on SmackDown. Do you let anybody smack you like that?
No.
I know it's fixed. I get it, staged. But you don't let anybody pimp smack you like that.
Well, I mean, if you're CM Punk, he was mentioning, don't let your boss throw you around like that or slap you around like that. I know a thing or two about that and all that other shit. He was making a bunch of innuendos on commentary tonight.
Yeah. And then what I'm saying is, like, Cody needs to tell Rock, you don't slap me like that. I'm no one's bitch.
Yeah.
You want a piece of me? You can have a piece of me. And Rock's going to say, I would whoop your ass. You got balls? Put your WrestleMania title shot on the line. Done. See you in Perth. Hey, Vince, get out. Hey, Rock, you're in.
Yeah.
That's what this, I mean.
Listen, if Rock is going to play a corporate fucking douchebag on television, man, I'm here for it. I can get behind that. But, man, oh, man, holy shit. We had upwards towards 9,500 in here tonight. And if that is a fucking indication about what this channel is going to do WrestleMania weekend, oh, my goodness. That is fucking awesome. Guys, we're going to get into your super chats and then get the hell on out of here because I would like to make myself an old fashioned to celebrate. But thank you guys. Thank you guys very much for all your support. We're going to get into your super chats now. Please continue to hit that thumbs up. Follow Drew and I on social media on X, at JD from NY206, at Andrew Baydala on X. Go check out all the other content on the channel. Please remember to hit that subscribe button on your way out. And we will be here on Tuesday for episode number 35.
Also, I want to just state this. I hate interrupting you, but I have to do this because we didn't touch on about the press conference. The post-show stuff, the availability to media, no Cody, no Rock, no Roman, no Seth Rollins.
That's pretty in your face there about what they're doing.
Right, and they're not letting you guys ask the questions you want to ask, or girls ask the questions.
I'm going to be a dick. You know who's not asking questions at the scrum? Nick Hausman.
I laid that one up for you. JD from downtown.
Yeah, Nick Hausman's like, I'm going back to Chicago. They didn't invite me to the interviews.
Listen, I'm gonna say this. I read people very well. When you're a bad human being, I could tell from the jump. I just kind of get a vibe, and sometimes I could be wrong. I've been wrong once in my life. I'm only kidding. It's a joke. But I just didn't get good vibes off Nick.
Yeah,
and Nick can hate me all he wants.
And yeah, Punk was saying some shit on commentary there, and Rock gave him a little side eye. I saw that.
Did he?
That. Yeah. Yeah, because whatever Punk was saying could be heard throughout the I guess T-Mobile Arena, and Rock looked over at him. I'm like, okay. Nothing you can do about it now because he's injured, but Punk speaking his mind. I love it.
about the PG era kind of going away when they're not on their respective networks? I want to bring that up too. Like Netflix for Raw, get ready. It's going to be Attitude-esque without the tits and ass.
I'd love it. Great. Let's get into these super chats and get the hell out of here, guys. You guys fucking unbelievable. Killed it tonight with these super chats. Wednesday Adams with a $20 super chat. Triple H should get out of his office chair and then put on his leather jacket and jeans and grab the sledgehammer to hit Rock with it for stealing WrestleMania's main event from Cody. Then I'm going to put the Rock inside oven. I don't know. Triple H is not doing anything with the sledgehammer. Triple H has got a pacemaker and he's retired, okay?
Yeah. Thank you for the super chat.
Thank you, Wednesday Adams. We love having you here. JDC Biggins with a new membership. Thank you, Mr. Biggins. Michael Krause with a 2. Thank you, JD and Drew, for the stream. We want Cody. Mick Swagger with a membership. Thank you, Mick. Love having you here, man. Emmanuel with a 5. My impression, they don't know yet. I think we'll have a tag team match at the Chamber and maybe a triple threat at Mania. I don't like both. JD Italian Club. Thank you, Emmanuel. I don't think we're getting a triple threat or we're getting that tag team match. I think that tag team match is absolutely fucking nonsensical.
Well, hey, listen to me. Do I look like a Fugazi up here? I'm Italian too.
Fugazi. Krauser with a 2. Rock Roman night 1. Cody Roman night 2. No, I was for that. But after tonight, I'm switching Cody wrestling both nights and not Roman. Golden Boy with a 10. This was terrible. A WrestleMania press conference. Bianca plugged her show. What's the point of the Chamber if it's Becky versus Mommy? And what's the match? Rock versus Roman, Cody versus Roman, triple threat, tag team. Listen, man, like Drew said,
they got to give you something.
You're going to be watching SmackDown, aren't you?
Right. They got to give you something. I mean, they didn't Becky didn't flat out tell you like, hey, I'm winning the Chamber. But WWE, they're going to tell you some things. And Rhea, has never, or excuse me, Becky's never even been in a Chamber. She's talking about winning it.
Yeah.
It works.
Krauser, thank you, brother. Golden Boy, guess we forgot what Cody said, but not at WrestleMania. $2 super chat. Hopefully they make sense of what he said on Friday and why he changed his mind tonight, because they did call him Mr. Hesitation. Michael J with a 2. CM Punk really enjoys punching people. Clearly. Especially if your name is Jack Perry.
Damn.
MGM 97 with a $9.99. We got to give Paul McMahon his flowers. The story started when Rock brought up head of the table on Raw. The fans didn't change the main event. This has been the plan from the beginning. No, it wasn't. Absolutely not. Sticking with that. You guys can think whatever you want. This is not a work. Michelle with a 2. Maybe Rock Cody are in cahoots against Roman. You think it's one big ruse? I don't think so. No. Michael Krause with a 2. We want Cody. Hashtag pivot. Has worked, JD and Drew. Yeah, they did. They certainly pivoted. I'll tell you that. Vampiric Rage with a $1.99. When Rock was death staring at CM Punk, laughing my ass off. Yeah? Nothing's going to come out of that, though, but let Punk get his shots in, man.
The other thing that I do want to say is, I think we all need to, take a deep breath here and understand that just because this is what we're seeing right now doesn't mean that they're going to continue to do this just because you guys had some outrage of what was given on your television.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, that's a dangerous slope to play.
Adam with a 2-step. I mean, why is it a dangerous slope?
Well, I think, again, because then all of a sudden people believe that they actually have the power to change WrestleMania main events. So for me, to you guys, I'm glad you all let your voices be heard. I think it was cool to see it. Everyone's talking about it. But some of the shit that went down to get here, Rockstarter, all this other stuff, was a little much for me. I'd say it's a lot much. And that type of stuff doesn't need to happen. I can understand being upset about your guy not getting his opportunity. But just remember, it's entertainment. You're not going to be able to change everything you don't like.
Adam with a 279. It's a bird, it's a plane, it's a crow for dinner. Okay, I had bird tonight, but not crow. Vinny with a 499. I don't know if this is making Cody the biggest babyface ever or screwing him over at Mania. I hope it's Cody going over, though. I don't know, the graphics out there. I don't know. We'll see if it sticks. Tay-Tay with an 18 months. Roman Reigns vs. Cody Rhodes 2 is official. We might also get Rock Roman versus Rollins Seth. Or you mean Rollins and Cody at the Chamber in Perth, Australia. Do we get Hollywood Rock? I don't think that match takes place, Tay-Tay. I think the tag team match is a waste. And I don't think Rollins would be ready by that time. Mitchell Bliss with a 5. That family tree is sadly missing Jacob Fatu. I thought he was on there. I got to take another look at it. I'm sure I'll find a picture online. Sham World with 16 months. Rock and Roman massive egos only want what's best for them and don't know what's best for business. Cody better walk out of WrestleMania 40 as champion. 16 months. Thank you, Sham World. John Ortalaza with a 1 month. Proud member of the OTS family. The WrestleMania 40 kickoff reignited my excitement for our Super Bowl. Can't wait to see more from Cody, Roman, and Rock. Thank you, John. M. Skirata with the 12 months. Still a little confused here where this is really leading.
I think everybody is.
But that's a good confusing, man.
Yeah, it's not like Vince McMahon Fatal 4-Way just because he wants to do it.
Yeah. Sticky Doodle with a 199. Did you catch the way Rock was looking at Punk? Yes, I did. Peyton Brown with a 499. Could we see Jimmy cost Jay his shot at the Intercontinental Championship to set up Jay versus Jimmy at WrestleMania? There's a possibility, but they're certainly looking like they're setting up Jay versus Gunther at the Elimination Chamber.
Yeah, I think that's going to happen.
Cody with a 5. Rock put Roman in the back seat, threw Seth out the window. Cody after them on a bike, and Punk's laughing maniacally from his foot pegs. Let's go. Tony Brown with a 499. WWE trying to fix a huge turd. They possibly could. We'll have to wait till Friday. Chris McCorkle with a 100 in Super Chat. Thank you, Chris, as always, brother. What a curveball. Looks like heel Rock is in. What a way to fix the mess WWE made. At the end of the day, The Rock's a businessman. Hopefully he knows at the end of the day, business is what matters, and is going to rely on him. He's going to have that much power. He's got to make it fucking count.
Yeah, and I think it was, solid press conference tonight, which gave us a lot of unanswered questions. And I hope that Cody does get his moment. I don't care either way, whether it's Mania, whether it's the Garden, whether it's SummerSlam. Just make sure that Cody gets his moment and it's clean.
John Rosa with a 5. Triple H just confirmed on Twitter Roman versus Cody in the main event of WrestleMania. John, we saw the graphic. Vincent Moore with a 5. I saw WWE tweeted on their official page Cody versus Roman. I don't know if Seth will be okay to wrestle for the Chamber, but I felt like Cody, Seth versus Bloodline at the Chamber is set. I don't think so. Joshua with a 9. No words, JD. WWE versus the Bloodline. Cody versus the Bloodline. All roads lead to him overthrowing their family and planting the Rhodes family as the new head of WWE. Beautiful. I mean, that's the way I kind of see it going into WrestleMania, Joshua. We'll see. Lucky Gio with a 499. Get your nuggets, Drew. Haha. WWE made Cody versus Roman official. They never made Rock versus Roman official. Also, great stream. We got Cody. For now.
Yeah,
and I prefer Wendy's nuggets over McDonald's.
I like Chick-fil-A's nuggets.
Yes.
They're not really nuggets, though, but whatever. I will say again, very slippery slope with the WWE, too. Don't insult the fans' intelligence too much. You put out the graphic. You made Cody pass, then go back. They're riding the edge of a lightning bolt. They got to just make sure that they don't overplay their hand. The fans and the WWE.
D-Man 70 with a 199. WrestleMania kickoff was wild, JD. It was. It was a very good experience for an hour. Joseph Gonzalez with 499. I think Cody will challenge The Rock at Perth, and The Rock will accept only if Cody puts his Mania spot on the line. I do not want to see that. Cody's already looking like a fool. We don't need him to look like a bigger fool. Imagine him saying, no, I'm going to wrestle Roman not at WrestleMania, and then say, I choose Roman at WrestleMania, only to give up that spot against Roman at WrestleMania again. Come on, man.
Yeah, Cody is like one of my kids' heroes. He's got him all over his bedroom and stuff like that. Like, I want Cody to get his championship so bad for my son, because and it's good. We need that for WWE. I don't want him to look like a goof. I don't.
No. Dom Wapo, what a ride this WrestleMania season is going to be. We got the Workhorses versus the Bloodline part-timer. Are we going to get a tag team match? TNT for life. I don't think so, Dom Wapo. I think that's a bad idea.
I like that. I like your the part-timers versus the full-timers. I think that's cool.
Beyond the scripts, Fatal 4-Way. No. Absolutely not.
No.
Fuck does Rollins have to do with this entire storyline? Nothing.
No.
Bucks basement. Yeah, Drew.
They inserted Cody into this whole bloodline thing by Cody insulting his, the family. Before that, Cody had no business in this. Now he does.
Bucks basement with 499. Rock turning heel is going to do wonders for Cody and his story. I think so. I think this is the best presentation of The Rock for sure here. Jimmy Strick with a 199. Rock versus Cody night 1, then Cody versus Roman night 2. That's exactly what I'm thinking, Jimmy. Senile with a 99.99. Throwing some love your way, JD. Love seeing the continued growth. Enjoying a classic old-fashioned listening to the best duo in the game. Thank you, Senile.
Appreciate that.
Love it, man. Filthy Slimes, 199. This has Rey Mysterio 2006 written all over it. I'm thinking more like Daniel Bryan, WrestleMania 30, but Mysterio's not bad. Cam G with a $100 super chat. So again, I guess I'm a Cody crybaby, but this was a tornado of confusion. Are we getting a triple threat? I won't mind that all the shit talking they did was entertaining, but I'll admit this accomplished nothing and Seth is DOA after tonight. Cam G, thank you, brother, for the 100. Yeah, Seth did not look good out there, man. I mean, at some point, backstage, Seth be like, fuck you making me look like, man? What about my championship? It's all devalued at this point after all the year I put into it.
All right, jerk-offs. And I'm not talking to the people in the chat. I'm talking about the people who are, doing all this other stuff online and whatnot.
What happened?
Ryan Gewirtz just put out
Jesus.
a tweet. Now the fun starts. Hashtag chapter 1 with The Rock smacking Cody and Paul Heyman with the shocked face. So you think they ain't playing into this? Okay. Ready?
Oh, man. We're in for one hell of a ride, man. That's all I know. Yofi with a new membership. Thank you, Yofi. Red Hood with a $99.99. Rock is playing the Vince role or Triple H role. Either way, we want Cody's movement, and it worked in the end. Story ends at 40. No way they're testing Philly. Can't see it. They don't have the balls. With a $9.99. Thank you, Red Hood. Savage Gaming with a $4.99. Card subject to change. Always remember that, ladies and gentlemen. Please and thank you. Yeah, I'm sure Drew agrees with that. Campaign Poppy with a $1.99. Why would we want to see Drew versus Seth again? Because they devalued the championship, so why not? Who gives a shit? It's not going to matter at the end of WrestleMania anyway who he wrestles. Brian Owens with a 5. Rock screwed Cody in the WrestleMania 40 main event, and we stuck with another year of Roman. That's the absolute last thing we need. No more Roman. El Mulato with a $4.99. This thing got me more confused, specifically with Seth shooting. Tag team match at Backlash. I'm even thinking about War Games already. Well, that's the long gamer, El Mulato. Mitchell Bliss with a 5. JD, could The Rock be Cody's Mr. McMahon? Hey, maybe.
Who is that?
Mitchell Bliss.
Drink on me, Mitchell Bliss. Get him a drink in the venue.
There you go. Zero Clark with a $4.99. Roman and Rock versus Cody and Triple H night 1. Roman versus Cody night 2. Cody wins night 1 to get Roman night 2. Rock interferes night 2. Triple H is not wrestling, Zero.
Oh, and all right.
You guys are crazy, man. WWE 2K24 is coming out next month. You could do it there. Costa the Cray Cray with a 2. They still do it for Roman. They do it for the bloodline. Matthew Urban with 2. Cody vs. Rock night 1. Cody vs. Roman night 2. That's exactly what I'm thinking, Matthew. I think that's where they're headed.
Yeah, I mean, Gewirtz just put that tweet out to basically just say, hey, if you guys didn't catch it, this is where we're going. It's Cody and Rock first.
Hush with a $4.99. Them leaning into real life with Rock being a board member is great. Interested if that will tie into Cody's explanation of everything. Great show, by the way. Thank you, Hush. I hope so. He needs to say something on Friday, but I'll be watching. Fixes a bind with the 10. Man, if this was planned from the start, it has happened again that WWE worked everyone. First, you had to come on without your hat. Triple H keeps kayfabe alive. Rock Cody night 1, Roman night 2. I think that's where they're going, Fixes. And no, this has not been a work from the start. This is them fixing everything.
That would appease both, if a family has to choose between one night of WrestleMania and they get Cody on both nights, since he's the most over guy in the company, that works, man.
Yeah. Armando with 11 months. I think it's Roman, Cody, special ref Rock. Roman loses. Rock kicks him out of the bloodline. Roman babyface run to claim back Tribal Chief throne at WrestleMania 41. Again, that's kind of what I alluded to at the end of the actual stream here, Armando. I think that this could potentially be setting up for the narrative of Roman going babyface with Rock playing the heel here. Yes. Joel with a $4.99. Thank you guys for all the love here, man. Congrats, fellas. Over 9K. What a wild ride to WrestleMania. Thank you, Joel.
I love the support. Thank you very much.
Vinny with a $1.99. Dwayne looked dead inside at the booze, truthfully. Yeah, he didn't look happy.
Well, I mean, you wouldn't either. You know,
No.
when you come back to try and have this mega match and people don't want it, they basically took a giant shit in your Cheerios.
Yeah. MGM Ballin with a $9.99. I'm more excited about the record numbers for the stream tonight than I am for what's to come with WrestleMania's main event. And I'm very excited about that. Well deserved, gentlemen. Love being here. MGM, thank you, man.
I just love that people are digging what we're putting out.
Yeah. Nicholas Loretta with a $4.99. If Rock is going to walk Roman around like a dog on TV, that will be called into question, leading to tension between them. Night 1 and Night 2 main events. Yeah. A lot of people noticed that. A lot of people call that out. Ink Predators with a $1. Thank you, Ink. Hush with a $4.99. No excuses for that Trash Friday segment, but they absolutely made Mania a lot more compelling with this press event. They turned trash into gold. We could be looking at it, man. We just need an explanation as to why Cody said what he said on Friday tomorrow night.
The last 9 minutes was unbelievable.
Yep. Aerial Assassin with a $1.99. Why do WWE disrespect Seth so much? They don't disrespect Seth.
I think they look at Seth right now as somebody who they can't invest in at WrestleMania because he's hurt. So
Yeah.
they're going to try and protect him, but they're making him look like a bitch. I
Yeah.
agree.
Jeremy Orr with a 2. Winner of the tag match gets main event. No, that's awful. A tag team match should not determine the WrestleMania main event. Sean Ray J with 18 months. I think this is going to lead to a tag match. Something will happen during that match, and then at Mania 41, Rock will make the final save for Cody. No. Now, Cody finishes the story this year. We worry about Rock Roman at 41. Hoffman breaks with a $1.99. JD and Drew, are we getting Cody doing double duty? I think so. Thank you, Hoffman. Way of Woe with a $4.99. Cody picked Roman. The promo with Rock and Cody was golden. Heel Rock. This is what we wanted. Also, it will 100% be Cody versus Roman night 1. Yeah, I agree. Cody versus Roman night 1. No, I think it's going to be Cody Roman night 2, and then no triple threat, he says.
I will tell you this. If they're gauging the reactions for fans, when Cody said this is bullshit, you couldn't hear it because they bleeped out the shit part of it.
Yep.
But the crowd went absolutely nuts. I have somebody who was there. They sent me the video. Nuts. It was deafening.
Nice. The Jay Caleb Show with 17 months. Rock Roman versus Cody Dustin at the Chamber. TK gives the okay. I mean, that's wishful thinking right there, but that'd be something. Mike with a 10. After teasing Cody facing Roman to the rabid fan base we've seen since SmackDown last week, could they really pull back on it and go back to Rock Roman? If they thought fans were pissed before, just wait. Nah, they're just gonna double down on Cody. Honestly. Wayne Buck with 5. Cody wins over Roman night 1. However, Roman's still the tribal chief. Rock wins over Roman night 2 to take the tribal chief away. Roman loses everything. No.
No, that's way too much, way too quick.
Yeah. No, you don't want. You
Chapter
want to
1.
save that.
Chapter 1 is what Gerwitz wrote.
Yeah. Danny Boy with a $9.99. What if we get Roman and Rock cornering Cody and all of a sudden the glass shatters? Maybe we get Rock, Roman versus Austin Cody at the Chamber. Maybe I'm fantasizing. Yeah. Keep dreaming, bro. Arnold Spears with a 5. Shout out to JD and Drew. Happy belated birthday to you, JD. Thank you, Arnold. WrestleMind with a $1.99. Love this show. Y'all are amazing at what you do.
Thank you.
Appreciate that, man. A. Jackson with a $4.99. The Rock sneak diss in Triple H. Roman downplaying Seth again. Is this a future feud belt or not? Rock backing Roman, Triple H backing Seth. I mean, they'll cross paths eventually, but not now.
The Rock did not sneak diss Triple H. They're boys. They talk about this stuff before they go out there. Hope they didn't ruin wrestling for you.
$10 super chat by Mike L. Also, JD Drew, I love what you guys do. Love the passion you both have, and nobody breaks everything down like both of you do. Best in the biz.
Thank you.
Danny with a 5. 300K we want Cody tweets. 600K dislikes on YouTube. Social media forced WWE to pivot. We beat The Rock. I don't know. We're not there yet, man. We got chapter 1 says Brian Gewirtz, so gonna go off that. Deontay Smith with the $4.99. Did you guys notice Jacob Fatu's name on the tree? That was not done by mistake. If he was on there, I believe he's coming in anyway, eventually.
Was there like people who aren't with the company on there, or is it just I mean, I have to look at that.
I don't know. I got to look at it again. But Jacob Fatu, listen, what's his name? Booker T said he's going to try and get Jacob Fatu in WWE. And they won't look at him. They haven't looked at him because he's got a criminal record.
Mm-hmm.
But, I mean, he's not the only guy that they would employ that had a criminal record. Wasn't MVP in jail for 15 years or 9 years or something like that?
Trinity was on it. Jacob Fatu's on it. I'm trying to look right now. Simone's on it, obviously. Lance is on it. Lloyd is on it. LA Smooth. Afa Noah Jr. Manu is on it. So, yeah, we'll see.
Tyson Cook, thank you, brother, for the re-up membership. Gave what they want. Rock versus Roman for the title and Cody versus Seth for the title day one. And winners if Roman wins, fights Cody. If he wins at day two, both titles. No. Now, Seth has nothing to do with this at all. And we're not unifying titles. Tay the Savior, the $5 super chat. Happy belated birthday, JD. You and Drew are the best podcast in the IWC. Keep up the hustle. Thank you, Tay.
Thank you. Appreciate
Andy
it.
Suppers with a 2. This could go for weeks, guys. Maybe more to come, clearly. El Mase with a $20 super chat. Jey Uso will betray the bloodline by siding with Cody. They can still use this betrayal to kick off the Jimmy versus Jey feud for WrestleMania Night 1. After the match, Jimmy and Solo side with Jey and Roman is all alone versus Cody at Night 2. Yeah, I think it's going to be a big bloodline-heavy WrestleMania, for sure. Beyond the Script of the $1.99, JD and Drew cooking. So happy for y'all. OTS, 9K. Thank you, Beyond the Script. Way of Woe with a $4.99. Tonight made Cody an even bigger star. Yes movement has turned into the We Want Cody movement. Rock got Batista'd tonight. EVP Cody is greater than TKO Rock. Yeah.
Cody came out looking like a star tonight, and somebody who wasn't afraid to take his shot and good for him. The smack, though, Cody needs retribution for it.
Ricardo with a $1.99. Drew, please elaborate on not what The Rock expected.
I would say that The Rock, when he pauses like that for a long time, any performer, any audience member knows that, I shouldn't say audience member, like media member, when you're sitting there and you're watching that and you're on stage, you're kind of like, okay, let them get their seconds, couple moments in here. Okay, now we're going to, okay, you guys ready? Like, it's basically like him saying, okay, let me fill you out a little bit. And he did, and I don't think he was expecting the complete and utter shitstorm that happened.
Ash Lambert with a $4.99. Cody beats Roman. Drew beats Seth. Jey beats Gunther. LA Knight beats Logan. DIY win the tag team titles at WrestleMania. Keep up the good work, boys. Thank you, Ash. Heisenberg with the $2.79. To all the Roman fans, cry about it. No, Roman fans are okay. It's the Rock fans that are crying about it. Big Daddy Special with a $13.99. Cody said he will be taking everything from Roman. They showed the tree. At WrestleMania, Cody Gauntlet, Solo, Uso, Rock, Roman. Cody pins all, finishes the story. Bloodline,
Yep.
Roman blends the Rock, turns on him, sets up WrestleMania 41.
Y'all trying to kill this man and have everything hot-shotted. You want everything at once, eh? I mean, I don't hate the idea, but come on.
Michael Bertoni with a $5 super chat. Storyline-wise, I think Rock and Cody could be secretly working together to screw over Reigns at WrestleMania 40 to set up a match at 41. It's a possibility.
Okay.
It's not out of the cards. Swift with a 10 months. Cody's actions didn't protect him from looking weak, insecure, and unsure. Not the qualities needed to get the audience behind him.
Yeah, they are making you tune into SmackDown tomorrow. If they gave you all the answers tonight, what's the point of SmackDown tomorrow?
Yeah.
Now all eyes are on SmackDown. Very smart by WWE.
AJ with a $4.99. What's up, JD and Drew? Great stuff tonight, man. That press conference was great, at least for now. We got Cody versus Roman, but things can change, and they will change. This is only chapter 1. Sean Ray J with a 10. I don't think Becky is winning at Mania. I think it will be Liv winning and a Becky forcing her way into the match, similar to Charlotte at Mania 35. Becky hasn't gotten her win back on Nia yet. That would be terrible. No, we don't need Becky forcing her way into a match she doesn't belong in. It's going to be Becky and Rhea. Zone with a 5. Triple H said you're lucky regarding his pacemaker because Rock talked crazy to him, I think. Also, think Triple H is booking to spite his work being undercut. I mean, we could get a story within a story. Who knows?
Yeah, they're boys. I mean, you could have Triple H lead a team, not wrestling, of guys who are going after the bloodline, sure.
Michelle with a 2. Still think it's Roman, Rock, night 1. Cody, Roman, night 2. I don't think so after tonight, Michelle. Sean Ray with a 2. Meant Becky winning the Elimination Chamber. That's a little bit more correct. Beyond the script of the 199. Rock helps Cody win the title. Rock versus Roman. Jason Barker with 18 months. I just checked Conman 167, and his Straight Shoot podcast has only 480 people in there. Very telling because he's not as honest as both of y'all. 18 months in the venue. Conman 167 is not Andrew Baydala and JD from NY.
Is that who I think it is?
Who's Conman? Who's Conman? Who do you think Conman 167 is?
I don't know.
There's a lot of Conmen.
All right, we'll leave it alone.
Mundo 86 with a 5. Really liked the cussing. Gave it more of a feel. Do you guys think when they move to Netflix, they'll get rid of the PG? Well, Drew said that we're going to get everything but the tits and ass, so I like it. Dom with a 5. Triple threat at Mania. Cody versus the Bloodline. If Cody wins, he takes everything. Cody wins by stacking them. Roman Rock at 41. They blame each other. I don't want the triple threat.
Cody stacking people? What do you want? Heroin?
Stacking Roman and Rock? Jesus Christ, man.
I mean, I don't mean to, like, be rude, but I mean, you can't do that.
Mendelfs Eastman with 2. Well, how about Rock vs. Cody night 1 to open? No, that's in the main event. We're not giving Seth the main event over Cody and Roman, man. Come on. Experience and Ignorance show with a $10 super chat. It's not that hard to get guys. Cody says Rock expected him to be the company guy and step aside, and he got the wrong counsel, and now Rock rebuilds the bloodline because regardless, they're family. Okay.
All right.
Cody still looks like a fool, though.
Yeah, Cody needs to come out on SmackDown and say, no one smacks me. Come get some, Rock.
Jedi Joker with a $5 super chat. So it's okay for Roman to talk about Dusty, but when Cody brings up their family, it's a problem. Fuck out of here. I hope Cody whoops their asses.
The way you did that was fantastic. and you're right. Like, Cody, you're not allowed to talk about the roads just as much as you shouldn't be allowed to talk about the bloodline. But the JD's delivery was off the charts.
Thomas with the $20 super chat. Cucky turns back to Cody Rhodes. What are we talking about? Cucky, the chicken? Cody Rhodes versus Seth. Cody and Seth versus Rock, Roman, night 2. Roman versus Cody. And Rock versus Seth. Priest will cash in. Happy belated birthday, JD. Cody is the Royal Rumble winner. He doesn't need to qualify for main event. No, we're not getting Rock versus Seth, bro.
You're right. Cody doesn't need to qualify for shit, but they made him look like a doofus, and they had to explain it. They just explained it a little bit better. I'm not fully convinced just yet. And Shawn Michaels and other people have put their WrestleMania title shot on the line at different pay-per-views after the Royal Rumble. So just slow your roll.
The Trader's Playbook with a $5 super chat. IWC geeks screwed us out of Roman vs. Rock. Waited 4 years forever for this. Can't believe they let y'all hijack Blockbuster Dream Match with Rock is bigger. Bro, you could wait another year.
Oh, damn. You heard that? You heard? Go wait another year.
Go wait another year, bro.
Damn. Get back in the line.
Spice Boy Mike with a $4.99. They're setting it up perfectly to make us forget about Priest. Cody wins the title clean, then Priest cashes in to end the show to set up the next. Priest is not cashing in on Cody. He's winning the world. If anything, he's winning the title and taking it off Rollins because Rollins needs to go get surgery.
Yeah, at this point, there's a lot of good things that have been said. There's been some crazy stuff, but I don't know how you go back to Cody fighting for the World Heavyweight Championship at this point.
No. James Gender with a $10 super chat. What if Cody versus Rock at the Chamber? Bloodline interferes. Rock wins, gets mad at Roman between Chamber and Mania, and then Roman and Rock night 1, Rhodes and Reigns night 2. I mean, you guys got your own ideas, man. I'm sticking with mine. Chop Sports and Gaming with a $4.99. No message. Thank you, Chop. King of L's, $4.99. Rock is playing Roman and is going to betray him by helping Cody when the Bloodline interferes, hence saving WrestleMania. Hey, a lot of people have that in the back of their minds, man. It's definitely an option. Crypto and Poker with the 2. If Cody wins, we riot. WWE needs Vince back. Get the fuck out of here.
No.
Come on, man. Nate, the Spider Hunter with a 5. Crybabies, huh? I like to call them Cody Pickle Puffers. The guy from Fortnite slapped Ken from Barbie harder than the people on that Power Slap show.
Oh, my goodness.
All right, you guys,
my goodness.
I'm going to fucking close this chat down.
My wife does call Cody Rhodes Ken. She says that he looks exactly like Ken.
He does. He does look like a pretty boy. I'll give him that for sure.
Good for him.
Gears with a $5 super chat. So confused, but what if the tag team match at Perth and Roman versus Cody and Seth at Mania versus Roman versus Cody and Rock versus Seth? Why was Seth there? Dude, why are we booking Rock versus Seth, bro? No.
0. Not now.
Peter Cruz with a $9.99. I think it's going to be Rock versus Seth night 1. Jesus fucking Christ. I'm going to fucking refund you. Night 2, Rock is the only men with the belt after Mania. Roman gets pushed back and turns face at Mania 41. No. Rock versus Seth is not happening. Stop.
I love you guys. Why are you wasting your money?
Jeez, I love you guys, but stop with the Rock versus Seth, please. Way of War with a $1.99. Drew, they aren't doing a heel versus heel at Mania.
Well, who's the heel versus heel?
Roman and Rock.
Look at me when I tell you this. Look at these eyes. There are 2 goddamn months until we get to WrestleMania. They can flip-flop this like the Big Show.
Yep. Way of War, thank you, man. Captain Solo with a $5 super chat. I say Rock versus Reigns versus Rollins versus Cody. Fatal 4-way, winner take all. Then have Priest lose when he cashes in on the winner. No. Murph Ballad Celestials with a 5. Do the Luger Brett Mania. Cody versus Seth. Cody wins title. Rock versus Reigns. Non-title. Night 1. Night 2, Cody beats Reigns and unifies both titles. Oh, you want to make Seth look worse? Great. Jesus Christ. You guys are fucking crazy, man. Now, why are we unifying titles when we just introduced this title last year? I don't get it.
Yeah, that whole report I think is stupid. I don't like. We're gonna have Cody win the World Heavyweight Championship and then take on Roman at SummerSlam to unify the titles. I mean, no, there's 2 networks and production companies that just bought individual media rights. You meatballs.
Oh my God. Blurred Lyrics with a $5 super chat. It looks like Cody is in a losing situation here, as you both said earlier. Just takes way too much focus off Cody. So that said, I don't see Cody winning at Mania. I mean, at this point, they're including him, and he needs to win. So I'm not going with him not winning at WrestleMania, Blurred. Gears with a 5. What if the tag team match at Perth, Rock and Roman versus Cody and Seth for the Mania, and for Mania, Seth versus Rock and Roman versus Cody? Why was Seth there? He talks shit on The Rock. Guys, you guys are crazy. Again. Why are we... Who wants to see Seth versus Rock? I know I don't.
I feel like the Mania press conference has sent like people's brain cells into
crazy.
Like orbit. I'm glad that you guys are, trying to like fantasy book things or whatever else with The Rock and Seth and all this other stuff, because it's making you guys just like everybody else think of where they're headed next, and that's all that matters. But no.
Seriously, guys, the game is coming out in less than a month. Do it there. Jake Cost TV with a $50 super chat. I think Cody trusted The Rock, and secretly, Roman and Rock were working together. This forces Cody to pull double duty at WrestleMania, have Cody face Rock night 1. Roman accidentally causes The Rock the match, causing a rift in their relationship. I could see it. I mean, that's the direction I'm going. Thank you, J. Cos, for the 50. Joel Resser with a $4.99. What if Cody beats Roman and Rock attacks Roman after for embarrassing the family history and the bloodline to set that up? Sure. We'll get Cody and Roman in night 2. Thomas with a 6 months. This chaos is awesome. I love it. You could see we got 9,500 fucking people in here.
Good TV.
Phantom with a $100 in Canadian. I am so confused. I am also very excited to see how things unfold as we go forward. Hashtag we want Cody. Phantom, love you, brother. The Gary Sphere with a 5. Can Drew come on here with I was wrong written on his forehead when Rock vs. Roman doesn't happen at WrestleMania 40?
You want? I don't.
We'll get
on
a
my
hat
forehead.
made. We'll get a hat made. I was wrong.
I'll wear a T-shirt. I was wrong. Absolutely, I'll do that. Writing something on my forehead though, like, listen, I got a business to run. No.
Yeah. No. Gary, thank you, brother. Ellis with a $4.99. If Roman can stack Edge and Daniel Bryan for a win at Mania, anything can happen at WrestleMania 40. Unpredictability is good for business. Cody's not stacking two of the biggest names in the history of the business. Come on. Fuck out of here. Judgment Day, Mike Harper with a $2 Super Chat. Bring Rikishi back. Who does he stand with? I don't know. As long as we don't see anybody stink-faced. Yeah, he did it for The Rock.
He did it for The Rock.
Man, YouTube is fucking slowing everything up here, man. I can't even see these fucking Super Chats. You guys are absolutely fucking mental. If I missed some of you guys, I apologize, man. YouTube is really bogging things down over here. Raging Demon EX with a $4.99. John Cena at WrestleMania 40 versus Seth Rollins? No.
Jesus, with Seth Rollins stuff, enough.
Cody Jordan with a $2 Super Chat. Rock told Roman, now I see never again in the new clip. What new clip? I don't know. What, there's a new clip?
I feel like you guys are just throwing money to make us look at stuff.
Juan Castle with a $4.99. Been out of the wrestling scene for a couple of weeks with work. What the fuck? Clusterfuck is this shit? Let's go 49ers. Enough of the Swifts. The Swifties.
This was sent, so I mean, I appreciate it. I'm a Jets fan, but I'll wear it. My son's jacked up for the Super Bowl, so.
Swift 718. Funny, a criminal like Vince wouldn't hire Jacob Fatu because of his criminal record. The hypocrisy doesn't end with old VKM. Yeah, I know. He'll get hired. He's way too good not to get hired. Colin Kunkel with a 10. Hey, guys, keep this in mind. Remember the old show business saying, always leave them wanting more. Great show again, guys. TNT for life.
Just for fun, I'm going to throw this out there.
Yep.
You've got a lot of fantasy booking and stuff like that, right? So we got Rock and Roman on one side at WrestleMania, right?
Yep.
And in a tag match. And let's just say for some reason we have Seth out of that and he should go focus on the World Heavyweight title. What if you get Cody and Stone Cold Steve Austin versus The Rock and Roman Reigns at WrestleMania? I said I'm having fun. I'm not saying that's going to happen. What do you think?
No.
Correct.
Grizz Company, $1. Thank you, brother. Mike Redmond with 5. Seth versus Rock night 1! No! No! Also, if Cody wins, he is champ by January. World title will have to change shows. No.
Oh, God.
Fucking Christ, guys. Rudy V with a 5. Thank you, Rudy. Going to be at SmackDown tomorrow. Should be a fun one. Think Rock or Roman shows up. They should both be there, for sure. Chris Bell with 21 months. Do you guys think Swerve possibly winning the title at Revolution would be buried by Sting's retirement match? Yes. That's why that's why Mercedes is not debuting there.
Right. Nothing major should happen at Revolution besides Sting having his last match and putting over the Bucks.
Danny Sanchez with a $1.99. I need Bloodline versus Cody and Seth ASAP. Love the show. Thank you, Danny. Kylan M with a $4.99. Drew quoted, I prayed for this, and it happened on Cody's decision picking Roman. Think it's clear Seth versus Drew at WrestleMania. Won't mind Sammy in the mix. I could see it.
First of all, I don't pray for anything WWE related. Just so you know.
You mark. Theme parks and things with Johnny, $5 Super Chat. WWE is not going to give away, or is not going away from PG. They have advertisers to answer to. They can do adult stuff with PG. I think people forget what PG is. Yes, you can cuss. Well, NXT did it, so why can't the main roster do it? Billy Sizane with $5 Super Chat. Seth Rollins versus The Rock. Winner faces Omos at WrestleMania 40. Just kidding. Thank you, Billy. We love you, Billy. We know you're here all the time, man. Generous is Billy Sizane, but Omos at WrestleMania 40? No. Jose Perez with a $1.99. Does Bayley use Hugger theme at Mania as a one-off? No. We're well past that. Captain Solo with a 5. Who do you like the most and why? Lex Express or the Narcissist? I'm easily a Narcissist guy. Drew's a Lex Express guy.
No, I'm not.
Gotham guy with a $10 Super Chat. Conman167 is that redheaded geek. The fucking comment. Well, there it is. Redheaded geek with the backwards hat that screams at the top of his lungs when he reacts to wrestling shows. It's so forced and cringe. Oh, he's one of those. He's one of those guys. Okay.
He's like a carbon copy of you. just with like a micro.
Is the 167 synonymous with the amount of viewers he draws per stream?
Damn.
Troy Brown with a $20 super chat. One thing I do not want to happen is Damian Priest cashing in his briefcase on Roman Reigns and facing Cody at WrestleMania so The Rock and Roman can happen at Mania. I hope to God that doesn't happen.
Lord,
Number
that's not
one
happening.
podcast is TNT. Troy, bro.
Thank you.
Calm down.
The Rock and Roman Reigns did leave together. WWE put it out there, so they did leave together. They walked out of the building together, got in the same limo.
There you go. All for the allure of what is happening here. Boricua Beast with a 199. Thank you. No message. Captain Solo with a 5. Everybody with more questions than answers. Brilliant. Can you imagine how lame this road to WrestleMania would be if Vince was still here? I don't even want to think about it.
Yeah, me either.
Boricua Beast with another 199. Paul Heyman counseled Cody turns on Roman. Sick Case with a 499. We're only in the bottom of the third inning, says Paul Heyman.
There you go.
I mean, I don't think we're in the bottom of the third inning. It's more like the maybe bottom of the seventh inning.
I feel like we're in extra innings.
Jared Howard, $2. Randy Cody versus Roman Rock. No. Randy has nothing to do with this. Randy will be challenging Cody when he wins the title. Tyler Burke with a $13.99. I think now going to be Cody versus Rock night 1 and Roman versus Cody night 2, and then have Gunther or Drew win the Chamber and have Seth versus Gunther or Drew at Mania. Yeah, I think Gunther is going to be doing something completely different besides the world title for now. Tay-Tay with a $5. EO versus Bailey. Bailey wins. Rhea versus Becky. Rhea wins. Rollins versus McIntyre versus Zayn. McIntyre wins. And Roman versus Cody. Cody wins. I like it. Judgment Day. Mike Harper with a $2 super chat. Bring Rikishi back. Who does he stand with?
The Rock. He did it for The Rock.
Yeah. And then finally, Swift 718, $20 super chat. Here's $20 for you guys having to endure all these Rock vs. Seth night 1 shots.
Thank you.
Oh, man. Listen, man, I'm going to make myself a fucking old-fashioned and have a nice snack before bed. I want to thank Drew for being here on Thursday night. I want to thank you guys. 9,500 people, man. We almost tripled everybody else in the community, man. What does that say?
It says people did what we're putting out, and I appreciate that because we're ourselves on here and we shoot you straight. You don't like it? Tough shit. But you know what? At the end of the day, we're just like you guys. We just want the best for the business, and we want to see things that make sense. And here we are.
Absolutely. Guys, Drew and I will be back live again on Tuesday next week for episode 35 of TNT. You can see me talk about SmackDown tomorrow night live, and Drew may be doing a Spaces. Maybe you doing a Spaces tomorrow?
Yeah, we'll see. Yeah.
If he's got time for it, you can look for him on Twitter, on X, at Andrew Baydala. He'll conduct some discussion via the Spaces on X. Thank you guys very much. Please continue to hit that thumbs up. Thank you for the super chat. Love tonight. And go check out all the other videos on the channel. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button down below. I'll be back tomorrow with more right here on Off the Script. We'll see you guys later.
Out of time. Find a place where I can never hide.
Oh, my God, man. Jeez.